Welcome, everybody. The bell has rung. Class is in session. And I want to say for anybody who is listening to this later, just if you ever get a chance, come watch us live. Because there's amazing things before we hit this intro of like cool recaps that Hideaki does and characters Hideaki and all sorts of cool stuff. So anyways, all right, enough of that.
Yay!
We have a bunch of young adults in a jungle, and some of them are diseased. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we ended this session kind of in the midst of a lot, like last session, in the midst of a lot of action. So what I want to do is just to reset that mood that y'all were in, right? Like right at this moment, you guys like were chasing down this little fleshy, blobby, mushroomy thing. Trigger warning for mushrooms, by the way. And Ark, you ran after it. And you were like, this is Hideaki's kill. Then what happened?
Then
Anybody?
RFA killed.
Now, we are still in a sensitive time, so I don't exactly want to be in initiative order for the sake of story. So we're gonna be like a faux mental initiative where just be ready that I may interrupt you. That's all.
All right. I think upon Ark seeing this thing go down and seeing how it went down, he begins not like running, but like stomping towards RFA. His weapon's still out, but he has it kind of down by his side, not like he's stomping at her very hostily. And he's clearly, he like while he's coming at you very clearly, you have plenty of time to react before he gets there.
As he is coming, she's just kind of honestly not paying as much attention to him coming as she's looking at her bow. Kind of shrinking into herself a little bit. And she's just gonna put it away. And she'll just kind of notice Ark is coming as he's like right there.
Right. Yeah, he kind of gets right there, and probably I don't think Ark like notices the shrinking away kind of stuff. So I'm gonna hold this up here. As he brings his pole arm kind of up towards you. He doesn't touch you with it, but as if he's putting it between you and him, and if he needed to, he could restrain you or something. And he just looks at you slightly intense for a second and says, "You have to let others do the job. That was his."
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Take care of it.
You watch a nod and like any kind of, probably the only emotion you've ever seen come across their face, like fade again. He goes, "That's fine. There's always next time." And then he steps back.
Hideaki, you were on the ground. I think you just got up or something.
I got up, cast Daze, and then as I was heading towards it, it fell. What happened? Did it die? Did I kill it? I don't think I caught. What happened?
Tal would turn when they heard Hideaki. And there was still like when they had cast their magic last time, they had like to refresh those. They had this like strange like blackness that kind of like spread from their fingertips down their hands, and then from like their eyes had turned black and kind of like spread out a little bit. And that had slowly been receding. And I think as they turn to Hideaki, it almost disappears like completely. As like their ears perk up again, and their tail goes like straight up, and they say, Hideaki, are you okay?
And like he's like and because you're behind me, right? I believe so, or at least
I think
either behind me or I should. There's a map. I forgot.
there's a
about
map.
Technically, they were in front of
Were
you
you
because
ahead?
you were
Oh, yeah.
down, and a lot
Okay.
of them started going towards
Okay, got it.
Umber.
Got it. And like at that question, like there's sort of this like mental like physical like reaction, and like kind of touches his hand to his chest, and like probably for the first time like really like sees his own blood, and he just goes, "Do I look okay? I am far from okay."
At this moment, when you kind of take a moment to check in with yourself and how, like, you know, the blood and how you feel, everyone who failed, not critically failed, just failed the original saving throw, raise your hand. Okay, Hideaki and Arafe. You take this second to like check in with yourself, and you're like, whew. Obviously, you're winded. You just got back up, but there's this like weird nausea in you. Like Arafe, like you kind of feel it too, and it seems to be like becoming more predominant. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the first d6. That is 4 points of damage to each of you. As you kind of cough up, you don't feel good, and it kind of rocks you at this moment. It's been about a minute since that the spores kind of affected you. And there's a delay, Tall, as you like see him kind of like and you're like, you kind of see Arafe feel that same thing to the other side of you.
They would
then
respond.
suddenly-
They would like look and say, what is everything?
And then it hits you as well. I'm going to roll for you for stage 2 because you critically failed 4d6 damage.
Oh God.
Now, as I go to roll this, first of all, for Arafe and Hideaki, you are also stupefied 1. This is a condition. On your Roll20 character sheet, they very lovingly put all the conditions there, so you could just click it. But if you don't have all your markers on there, then it might not do what you need it to. So just take a second to look that up, and we could share that as well. Okay, I'm gonna roll this out in the open, and I'm gonna roll it because you know what? Again, I'm just gonna put all the blame on Waffles. Waffles did this to me. Okay, so I'm gonna do it now. I'm just gonna. I learned from the best. Now y'all have to suffer. All right,
I know what you're gonna do.
what is your total hit points right now?
15.
15?
Yeah.
4 times 4 is 16.
1d6. 5.
Oh, you're not gonna do it all at once? Oh, that's awesome.
No,
That's
one
great.
at a
Good,
time.
great.
This
good,
is what she was
good,
talking
good,
about,
Great.
learning from me.
Yeah, this is what
Oh,
Waffles
that's
did to me
beautiful.
I
when
love
he
this.
killed me.
This is really good.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like to flavor this, like each d6 of damage, it like racks through you like a little
Yeah.
separately.
All right, I got. Okay, all right. Okay.
All right,
Uh,
1. Yeah, you can interrupt me if you need to.
yeah. I think after as they kind of are looking around, like, you know, seeing Hideaki, seeing like, you know, he asked like, do I look like I'm okay? And then he's like, ugh, and seeing Arafe, there's like that anime moment of like they look around and there's like that heartbeat and it just kind of goes like boom boom.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love that.
And
Very cool.
they're like the pupils get really, really small. And like that black kind of color just starts creeping in, but not it was from like the inside and went out. This time it's kind of creeping inwards towards like their pupils. Yeah.
This is for flavor, or not for flavor, for description. It's considered poison damage. So if anybody has like resistance to poison or something, that's something important to note. At this point, you're starting to feel the effects of stupefied as well. For you, Tal, you're stupefied 3.
Jeez.
Somebody, let's take a moment as I roll the next damage. What is stupefied?
I'm
Somebody has
reading it.
There it
Your
is.
thoughts and instincts are. Oh, I was just gonna read it out
Yeah,
loud.
read it.
Dude,
Sure. Your thoughts and instincts are clouded. Stupefied always includes a value, which is the 1 through 4 we're talking about probably. You take a status penalty equal to this value on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma-based checks and DCs, including will saving throws, spell attack rolls, spell DCs, and skill checks that use these ability scores. Anytime you attempt to cast a spell while stupefied, the spell is disrupted unless you succeed a flat check with a DC equal to 5 plus your stupefied value. Jesus Christ, that is
out
a
of it.
condition.
Yes. So all of y'all stupefied 1, okay, -1 penalty to your checks, right? For
Yeah.
Tal here, -3.
Let me throw out there real quick that for the fact that it's wisdom, intelligence, charisma checks, that's like everything.
That's
except,
everything.
except for like 4. So
This is like the worst party to do this to.
Yes, this is rough. All right. What's your health points at now?
I just took 6. I'm at 9.
Nine.
All right.
It's
Another D6. 5.
Okay.
They at this one are like they clutch their stomach, they bend over, and they're just like on their knees on the ground.
When that happens, the visible anger on Hideaki's face just completely blanks. Are you okay?
Yeah, and at that, Arafe is actually going to start run her way towards Tal.
You're like right next to me.
Oh, that's right. I am right
Yeah.
next to you. I'm going to turn to Tal.
Last
and-
D6 roll just before, because technically this would all
Yeah,
happen
yeah.
at once
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you have a
Okay,
chance.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was just going to say, like, I'm just going to go down with her with, like, her
Sure.
hand in my face going, you're going to be okay.
The song from the end of Requiem of a Dream plays.
Stop.
All right. I'm scared to hit this button. Last D6. 1. Holy crap.
I was, like, getting stabilized
The heart-
ready.
Yo, the heart of the
Imagine
cards, yo.
if she passed out while you're holding them.
Listen.
I was
Part of me was hoping for it.
not out of the woods yet. literally.
Well,
We're not out of the woods yet, but we're...
Yeah, we're
Now,
shits.
that's that pain like racks through your body. Additionally, we're gonna have our first whisper that we have ever done. Bum bum bum. By whisper, I mean a DM, but it's cool because we're online. If you have any questions, just let me know. But this is what I told you about is actually I'll just type it to you.
whose ear?
Who are you
whispering
talking
into?
to? Me?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah,
You
buddy,
talked to me about it. Got it. That thing. I see. I see now that there is a DM from you.
I love you. I love you so much.
What is everybody
I'm
feeling right now?
panicking.
Like their characters.
Anguish. Absolute anguish. Hurts real bad.
Shock has replaced levels of anger and frustration.
Arafe has kind of gone into triage mode. Since she was a healer back home, she's just kind of getting ready to be where she's needed.
Sure. Art feels a very uncomfortable, like, two feelings of one, he's proud that he's not sick. But two, he
love
also
that.
has absolutely no way to help any of you.
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
So it's one of those like, yeah, I didn't get sick because I'm better, obviously, but I can't help. So
Oh boy. Okay.
We think there's anything around here that could, like, I'm starting to look around. Anything around here that we could forage that might help?
So if I mean, this is a disease. We kind of went through at the end of last session how diseases are handled. Diseases have an onset duration, which in this case was a minute, in which case from when you were affected to when you start feeling the effects. However, there's also a saving throw, which was the initial one that you guys do. And so there's also a, not a duration, but a like how often you get to do those saving throws. In this case, the duration for which you'll next have to do a saving throw is 1 full day.
Okay.
So right now
sure.
nothing, but when it's like, I think flavorfully you are able to spend time assisting them, and then does that require a specific feat or a skill to assist with the
You have to be
the
trained
checks?
in medicine.
You have to be trained in medicine.
And
Okay.
I
Or
think it's a lot of time as well. It's like 1 hour or something. It's like treat disease.
I think it's actually 8 hours or something like that. I remember being like instead of a night's rest for at one point. But or if you have the feat that you can do nature instead, you can do that. But yes, okay.
Guess who's trained in medicine?
Yo.
Gang.
Isn't it great that it's also an intelligence skill?
It is
I
8
have
hours. You're good.
minus.
I need to look
Minus
something
3
up
on.
really quick. But so Airfay is going, like I said, is going to kind of go into triage mode, and she is going to do the only thing she would know how right now. She is going to just look at Tal, having her and being like, "You're going to be okay," and I am going to immediately cast Lifelink with my focus spell, so that we. Oh wait, I'm going to do this in a different direction. First, I'm going to use my focus point to cast Healer's Blessing. So as I'm doing this, you see this and that same white energy flowing from me through my hands into your face that I'm holding, as my curse activates.
Yes.
And then I'm going to use my second focus point to do Lifelink. So because I did Healer's Blessing first, you get an additional 2 hit points from my heal. And with my Lifelink, you heal 1d4. So 4. So you get 6 hit points back. And the next
Okay.
time you take damage, I will take the first 3, and then the rest come through to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
How long does that last?
Well, I would have done this not knowing that she had a day before these two, and
No,
both
for
of these
sure.
last one. Let's see, duration. They both last a minute, so
Okay.
it's just
Valid.
making sure I could get the healing through since I can't actually heal anymore. I'm out of spell slots now. But
Level one.
that also kicks me into my moderate curse. So I go to my second level of curse.
What does
Okay.
that mean? There's too many things that we're dealing with right now.
There's a lot.
I just did a lot.
Yeah. you
Yeah.
did.
Could
Good shit.
could I make a crafting roll based on what the question that got asked earlier about, like, is there anything we can forage? Because while Ark doesn't know anything about alchemy crafting, he knows crafting a lot. So
Yep. And
Sure.
I can
Are
forage.
you trained in medicine though?
no, not at all. But
So-
Ark would know, like, I out of character, and I feel like Ark would have heard that, like, there's nothing. I know there's nothing. At least I assume there's nothing that we're going to be able to forage to cure the disease, but you would be able to forage ingredients, and you'd have to craft an alchemical potion, basically.
Yeah. So
Like the base ingredients for that. Is that what you're talking
my
about?
thought is that it's on the knowledge of if you know what to forage, and because that is not about like making the concoction, that is the medicinal knowledge. And I feel like if you have somebody tell you what to look for,
Yeah,
then I would say
I'm not trying to look for it. I'm just trying to, like, have that knowledge to be like, yeah, we might need to look for things for a potion. I don't know what that is.
Right.
yeah. With being just trained in crafting, you know that that's a thing that you can do with the right ingredients.
Okay, then Ark would speak up, kind of looking around and seeing everyone kind of racked for a second, take a little bit of charge and say, I believe we need to figure out what we would need to cure this disease and take it back to the school. Maybe one of the people that can craft potions, like the brewery
Mhm.
person. But prior to that, prior to entering this jungle, we should rest. And basically, Pathfinder2e, you 10 every you take 10 minutes to either gain a focus point or treat each other's wounds if you're trained in medicine and have like a medicine kit. A medicine kit, and that's how you get your HP back, like after battle.
Okay.
So that's what Arc is suggesting.
Meanwhile, though, as kind of Airfae on her knees, this light connection that you've seen before from like her heart connected through to Tau, as the shadowy kind of vines and things that like connect to the ground that you've seen once before with her curse. What does it look like as it goes to the next level, Airfae?
So as it's going to the next level, it's that glow that's around her is less of a glow, and it seems more like, for lack of a better term, a leakage, like something is leaving her. So it's a little bit more like wavery mist pulling out rather than just seeming like I have an aura around me. And then that growth around me kind of intensifies as it seems to be grabbing that that aura
Yes.
and those tendrils and actually pulling it out.
Yes. Cool. I love it. Okay.
I think during all of that, like Tal's breathing, it got a like very rapid and like pained. They were in a lot of pain very briefly. And I think as you like are holding her face, you would see like the like the black kind of inkiness like pooling, kind of like two opposites right here.
Yeah.
Kind of like pooling towards like the center of her eyes. And she looks at you for a second, and then she kind of is like trying to look elsewhere, and like very slowly and weakly like is going to stand up. And is just kind of like looking around to the rest of the forest with like this blackness still kind of like creeping slower now towards like covering their entire eyes. With still like I think a hand on their like stomach. They're gonna kind of start stumbling towards the forest. Unless someone stops them. That is their current trajectory.
And remember, anybody that's stupefied, and obviously Tal even more so, just a little sluggish, a little woozy, a little like, whoa.
Yeah.
Arc wouldn't stop them, but would stay in step with them and kind of glance back to the rest of the party.
Yeah, Hideki's kind of thinking that Tal's probably kind of taking what they said at very face value and probably looking around as well, and will join the fray, if you will. But he'll kind of slightly look to Overnosa and just say, "You said you chose me because I'm strong. Because I'm strong. Do you still feel that way?"
Yes, of course. This is how you learn.
That makes one of us. And then I start walking.
I think Nim is gonna like run, like chasing you, Hideaki, because Nim was next to you the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
Running after your heels.
I kind of hearing. You want to go on my shoulder?
It would definitely like.
And
Yeah.
Nim is like kind of chittering,
Yeah.
if you will, like, and it's on it. It's like kind of like trying to sink some claws into your shoulder.
Not too deep. Try not to die here. Save our friend, okay? And
Kind of
just
circles on your
looking
shoulder
around.
a couple times.
Like there's a look of really like calm the fuck down.
I mean, go
I know,
ahead
yeah.
and make me. I know all of the traits. One second.
Nature, occultism, either I think would be a thing.
Yeah, nature, or let's just do nature. Let's do nature.
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay. It seems nervous. It's not calm.
Yeah. I'm just like, I know. I feel the same way.
Yeah, I
Like,
get
out
it.
loud. Yeah, it's very like Lassie. Like, I know we gotta go to the ravine and go down the well.
Amazing.
The
Okay,
ravine
so
in the well. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
so Tal and Ark are walking back through into the forest. Are you all following? What's happening?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
I'm going to stay behind for a moment
Okay.
until they're kind of out of sight, but I can still tell which direction they were going.
Yeah. So lingering a little bit behind, as you guys start heading off, Airfay, what's going on?
So Arafe, as you know, as she's been doing all of this, she's kept that smile on her face that she usually does. And the minute that they're out of sight, it drops. And she goes into her little satchel that she has. And she pulls out this white cloth and this stick of incense. And she's going to go over to this creature that they just killed.
And it's a weird feeling as you move, like you're used to the feeling of your curse, but it doesn't actually hinder your movement, but it's just that notice of like as you walk, you're kind of like tearing through these like coils and branches of shadowy vines.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to do this as quickly as possible because I don't want to lose them or
Sure.
honestly even let them notice that I'm not there. But I'm going to put this cloth on top of that creature. I'm going to light the incense and put it next to its body and kneel down. And I'm just going to say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why you attacked us. Maybe you were hungry. Maybe you looked like food. Maybe you were scared. Maybe you just needed to prove yourself. I don't know. But in the end, you were trying to run away. You hurt my friend, and I took that shot. I wanted to make sure you wouldn't hurt them more. And I killed you. I'm sorry I didn't miss. I should have missed. I hope wherever you find yourself now, you've found rest and peace. And I hope you forgive me for what I've done to you. Maswan
As-
ukul gim iuk nakukav. May your soul find its rest.
As you're kneeling there, you say those words, that incantation, and one of the like tendrils that normally only really attach to like your feet, it like goes up to your hand and like almost like curls around like a finger before like breaking off. And then there's like some like you can tell there's something like from the ground, basically almost like a static like not yet connecting to your fingers but very close. And as you look at it for a second, it almost forms like the shape of a hand in itself, like the shadows. And you hear that voice. And for the first time, it's not coming from like nowhere. And you don't, is it your head? Or are you just attributing it to this? But it's kind of seems to be originating from this. And you hear, don't be. You protected yourself. You did good.
I killed something.
Good.
I-
It would have killed you.
Okay. Okay.
It's not there. The rest of it is, but not that hand.
Yeah, so then Arafay is going to get up. She's going to wipe the tears away the best that she can, and she's going to hustle after the group.
All right. As you guys are traversing through the forest, it is like drizzling through the treetops a little bit. It's like protecting you mostly from the rain, the trees, but you know, drips through the leaves every once in a while. Who's taking point?
I think Ark would attempt to take point, but following where Tal is attempting to go. But before we get too far, I think Ark would look back at the whole group, probably just see Arafay catching up, but not question it too much, and say, before we leave, should we gather the mushrooms?
It would probably be a good idea. So we didn't do this for nothing.
Will you wait on me?
Of course.
Ark
Yeah, I don't
will-
want to go back over there.
Yeah, Ark kind of nods to everyone and we'll run back to the tree and gather a decent amount of mushrooms from up high.
Tal doesn't stop. And it's kind of like stumbling, like leaning against a tree for like a moment, and like it starts going one direction and then like pretty abruptly like changes direction. It doesn't seem to have doesn't at least physically seem to have heard you at all.
Seeing that, I'll shout out. You know, you're probably making it worse.
Nothing.
Which doesn't
No
seem to be
acknowledgement.
registering.
Yeah.
I will say,
Like seeing that, like over Noza, sweeps around and stops right in front of Tal.
I think Tal would like kind of like try to push past, like you're pushing past like a vine or like a branch or something.
like, whoa.
Just like, meh. You know, when it's like 4 a.m. and you're both drunk and tired.
Yeah.
Yes. So kind of just like sidestepping around over Noza.
Not well, not cleanly, not like delicately at all.
Yeah.
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
probably the least coordinated you've ever seen Tal, also.
If it's Tal.
So, Ark, are you still like you see that Tal hasn't stopped, but you also see over Noza like go.
Yeah, I think Ark glances back and has that thought of, man, I'm not good in forest at all. But the mission's top priority, and decides to go get the mushrooms.
Okay. Do you never used your jump spell, right?
I don't remember if I got it cast or not.
I don't
No,
think so.
I don't think so.
That
Yeah, it
was
was like
about to
right,
happen
like it was
when we got
basically when you guys
ambushed.
agreed to do it, but you hadn't started doing anything.
Gotcha. Then he would probably use it now.
Okay. With the jump spell and like the width of these branches, easy enough, and you jump up to like one of the branches. You go ahead. You're gonna go and collect a good amount, a decent amount. One thing though, from like you realize as you jump up, you did not see this from the ground, but now that you're kind of up above and you're looking down into the tree, it's very easy to see this little like crook of stuff. There's like, it's like someone made a little nest. There's all sorts of like things in there.
Okay. Art being where he's from, like the scavenger type village that he's from, would wait literally 5 to 10 seconds, look around, make sure this isn't somebody's, like he's not taking it from a kid that's living up here in the tree or something. And then when if he realizes it's not anyone's, he will begin to gather it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to put together that this creature, this Umbo, was up in the tree, and this is most likely probably stuff from previous victims, maybe?
Right.
What you find in there is a couple of cool things. Congrats on your first items. It's like, so I'm like, this is such a sad ambiance, but yay, items.
Consolation prize.
What's the sad Zelda chime? Ba 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 ba.
It's just the end of Hulk. It's just the end of Hulk.
Yes.
Right.
That's the
Smack
strange
at the
chord
end.
right before you're not sure if it's the Hulk or the Jurassic Park theme.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to play the Zelda chest finding music backwards, so it's like
Yeah. I love that.
So you're gonna get, and we can go through what these are when you have a chance to like identify them back and everything. But there's a holly bush feather token, a wolf fang, and a hand of the mage. These are all magic items, which we will figure out later.
Hell yeah,
Say
level
those
1 magic
one more
items. Let's
time.
go.
Love one magic.
Actually, Waffles put it in our little chat.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
On Roll20.
Roll 20.
All right. With those gathered and mushrooms packed away,
they would attempt to catch back up. I don't know how far everyone else is.
well, let's find out. Meanwhile, back at party 2. Yeah, she's trying to just kind of maneuver around over Noza.
Earmuffs. And he'll just say, I need you to listen to me. Listen to me!
I think they
there
would-
it is.
They would, I think, slow and stop, but not turn towards you.
I think, like, maybe for a second, like, you can turn around and look at Hideaki.
Yeah, I think they would stop and kind of do like a half turn, so you see their face, and like, I don't know if you had seen them when, you know, they had, like, after they had fallen over or anything, but like that blackness hasn't quite like made it to the middle of their eyes yet, but it is starting to also go this direction, kind of like spreading out a
down
little
your
bit.
temple.
And you can see that they have they look very young, like they still look in pain, but they also look a little bit frightened, and I don't know if they would say loud enough for you to hear, or Noza would definitely hear it, but they would say to you,
Thought for a second you were going to say, too bad.
too bad.
Too bad.
No, they would say, I can't. And then I think would turn and continue walking.
Airfei and Hideaki, like, make me either a perception or survival. This is about, like, knowing which way you guys came from and where you're headed in the forest and things like that.
16 perception.
Okay.
6 survival. That was a great roll.
Fair enough. a little
I'm very distracted by Tal trying to make sure she stays safe at this point.
Yeah. Hideaki, like, when you were in that clearing, like, when you walked into the clearing for the tree, it's not hard to, like, when you turn back around to be like, okay, this is, like, the direction that we walked in. Tal is taking you guys off of that track very like she's going further into the forest.
Okay. Hearing that, I will share senses with Overnoza and say through Overnoza, "You're going the wrong way. You saved my life. Don't make me have to deal with you losing yours."
They would, as Ornos is talking, they would like be pushing around them, and would say in response, "This is the only way right now," and would continue trying to push in this direction.
Overnosa would like to grapple Tao.
Hells yes. Arc 2, there is like, you hear Hideaki's yell. They're not difficult to, like,
Nope.
they've not been making much progress because Overnoza keeps trying to block Tal's path before all
And
of this.
Tal's not
and there
going
was-
fast either. Like,
Right. And to be honest, all of y'all are stupefied except for Arc. So, not difficult for you to catch back up, probably around this point. Let's go ahead and do some grapple checks. So, the way this is going to work is you could go ahead and make an athletics check as Overnoza. And this is against Tal's reflex save DC. Right, Waffles?
Yep, which is just 10 plus to save.
Got it in one. Yeah, so what's your
Okay.
modifier for your reflex save?
6, I think.
So
It says T6, and I'm assuming that's
Yep.
6.
perfect. So that's gonna be a DC 16. for
Natural
Overnoza.
20.
Oh, you were sitting on that. You were just sitting there like, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Mm.
Doesn't matter.
How wonderful.
Perfect. Amazing. And that's very fair. As a reminder for Stupefied, does this affect...
No.
No. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Like, Overnoza's, like, arms and wings just wrap around you, Tal. You're not getting out of here right now.
There's like some weak protestation, and they just say, "Stop."
And I'll give senses back to me, walk behind them. I'll stop when you explain what you're trying to do first. We're a team, remember?
I don't know what is happening. I just know I need to go. And I think at this point, they're like, Orinoza would feel it. They're trembling.
Yeah.
And they still look very scared.
And I kind of raise a hand and actually have Overnoza set Tal down. And I just kind of reach out. I don't like try to like grab. I just
Right.
kind of like, hands around. So let's don't know together. Because that's better. And to be honest with you, I am trying really hard not to lose my cool because of the situation that we're in right now, because that is strategically better right now. So I can't even put my card up right. It's so. Don't make me lose twice in a row.
I don't want you to.
Okay.
But I can't. And they're gonna try to like push. It's just the ridiculous amount of strength. They don't have any, but they're gonna try to
you're
like
not
push
grappled
like
anymore. You're not
yeah,
grappled anymore.
yeah. They're just they're just trying to push like around you. But they're like it's very clumsily done. It's very like
So, Overnoza's on one side of you, and then Hideaki's on the other.
And I'm in front.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Ark, you've caught up. Arafe, you're seeing this. Like, you've been here for most of this. If any of you are doing anything as well, I just want to give you the opportunity.
I think what I would like to do is just walk up to Tal, close enough that she can focus on me, but I'm not going to grab her. I'm just going to put my hand out to her and say, "Do you trust us to guide you home? Because we would like to take you home so that you can rest. Do you trust us to take you there?"
Of course I do. And I think they would turn to see you, but they're still like walking backwards and like looking over their shoulder. I don't know what it is.
And that's okay. Take my hand and we'll walk home together.
Ark, I saw you make a occultism check.
My sheet got stuck. It's bad stuff.
I was like, are you trying to figure out what's going on? And if, somebody, if you want to, if anybody is trying to like put this together about what you like, knowledge checks are welcomed.
Oh yeah, I am. Give
They
me the roll.
would, yeah, they would. In response to like Arafe saying that, they would say to help assist with this role. There's something making me go this way, and I don't know why.
Okay.
I think hearing
So
that,
glad you said that.
I think hearing that, Ark would actually speak up and look at the other two and say, "Well, if we are staying together and not letting them go alone, then I can lead in front, and we can go with them."
But where they're going is probably not better than here. So I'm not interested in seeing the destination of where they're going.
But
They're still going, by the way.
yeah, but they, and I think Ark would like one step in front of them the whole time if he could, but he's speaking to Hideaki and be like, but they may continue for ever if we do not go.
Then we'll pick them up again.
Go ahead. I'm trying to think what makes the most sense here. We can do nature checks, medicine checks. Those all make sense to me.
I'm a naturey boy sometimes.
There was a boy.
I think Arafe would gravitate towards medicine for the
Sure.
check.
Ark can't
You know
do
what?
any of that.
It's hero point time.
Let's
Ooh,
go.
hero points.
I
You
rolled
get a reminder,
exactly the
chat.
same thing, and it's terrible.
Let's go.
I have 2, so I will also use 1 to try this
Okay,
again and see
alright.
if it gets any better. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Good use of hero point. 11 to
Very
21.
good hero point. So, Arafe, you would recognize that in the wild, especially when you deal with spores and all sorts of things, disease can mess with you in multiple ways. It can mess with your brain. It can mess with this is very clearly, and especially you see like the creepiness in their eyes and the way they're dazed and almost like this compulsion to turn around and this confusion paired with it. It's a very clear-cut case that this disease is affecting them worse than you, and that's where this is coming from. So 2 things. 1, you know that you and Hideaki have the same disease. It's just not that bad right now. And with that 21, like, you can just the way how long it took to set on and things like that, like, you don't exactly know it'll be a day, but you know in character, like, the way mechanics work for disease, if that makes sense. You know that there's going to be time that is going to need to be taken to save from this effect. So you'll know that she can save from this effect. But you probably want to help her. If you guys fail, you'll be like this. It's dangerous. And I'll give you that it is considered a mental and emotion effect, mechanically.
So I will relay that to everyone. and say, so I don't know if it's a good idea to go where she's going, because I don't know if they're just confused. And also, Hideaki and I could get worse. I don't know if we want to be out here if or when that happens. I don't want to force Tal to go back, but that may be the course we have to go with.
If you feel really bad about it, great, because I definitely don't.
Okay.
We do still have 2 missions, though.
We do. But if none of us are in the mind to do it,
I am.
One
don't know.
crisis at a time.
that's true. We can always look for the caterpillars on the way back. But I think it may be best if we head back.
I agree.
Is anybody stopping Tal right now? Because it's been this conversation.
Ark is
Oh.
still attempting to... I assume we're walking with them,
Well, yeah.
like
We
with
are.
Tal?
Okay.
Because Ark is attempting to stay like that 1 foot in front, where like Tal has to try to dodge Ark as a vine, and then Ark just steps in front again. Like,
So just kind of one slowing down. They're already slow progress, so you're not making it very far, but you're not stilling their movements.
no.
Perfect. You are in a forest, just as a reminder. If this meandering goes on for too long, we might need to see if we can find our way back.
Ark can't.
And we could run into something else, and we are not in any shape to take that on right now.
No, thank you. Thank you, thank you. No, thank you.
I mean, we just got our butts kicked by a mushroom.
If we are
I'm
going back...
still
then let's-
emotionally dealing with that.
If we are going back, then let's make that decision.
Consider it done as far as I'm concerned.
Then somebody, and I will not, will need to restrain them and take them with us.
Sidestep.
Over Noza.
Sidestep.
Yeah. Round 2.
All right. Good
Sorry,
apple.
Tal.
I know, right? Hideaki's not, because he is pissed. No, shut up!
Tell me.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Oh.
I was about to freak the fuck out. It's a 10.
Oh.
0.
You saw the something 0.
Yes, I did.
I just love. I want that clipped. I want that
It's-
clipped of you
it's-
yelling at your
It's
die.
the exact opposite of my, oh, that's good, natural 20.
The really high natural.
The
10.
really
What is the final number though with the modifier?
Hold on. Where did he go? That's a 13.
DC 16. Overnose
Yeah.
is trying to grab, but Yeah.
The one thing that it didn't affect is technically their dexterity, which is pretty high.
Yep.
So they
Yeah,
just
no.
like bat it out of the way.
Yeah.
No.
And I think
No.
No.
I'm
That's a
sorry.
bad kitty. That's a bad kitty.
Overnose is probably trying to just like embrace, like let's do this again gently. Don't want to hurt you, but this time Tal's like,
Yeah, I think Tal would maybe more sense it than see it.
Sure.
Especially like they can hear you. Like no one's being
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah.
And whatever like this weird part of the brain that's happening right now is like, nah, I can't stop this, and would do they would like essentially like spin, so like take like 2 side steps and like spin around. And also, I feel like in a way, also kind of like sidestep and spin around Arc as well. And facing all of you, it just has like remnants of tears on their face and their like strange eyes, and they're going to say, "I'm sorry," and they're going to start running away towards this,
Art's gonna
wherever
follow.
this is.
all right. Are you trying to restrain?
No.
Okay.
Ark's not here to stop people's journey. He just wants to make sure they're safe.
out of character. Tal doesn't want to go on this journey. This is
No, of course
Also,
not.
there's the next T-shirt. Ark's not going to stop your journey.
I love it.
This is
It's
Tal's
really
arc.
wholesome.
Sorry.
This is apparently it is.
But actually, Ark,
actually
like,
just
you
Waffles DMing.
you did hear like just. I mean, if this is you, that's you. I just want to clarify. Like, you did hear Arafe say, like, this is a compulsion that is stemming from the disease that is affecting them.
Right.
Okay, I didn't know if that actually ever came out. If that's the case, then Ark would definitely attempt to restrain them.
Cool. Because you were right there, go ahead and your movement speeds are very similar, and we can go into initiative if we need to. But go ahead and make a athletics check to try to grapple them.
He's not great at athletics. It's not horrible, but
Yeah.
not a strong dude. 22.
Yeah,
Damn.
22 will do
Well,
it.
Natural 19s work every once in
Yeah,
a while.
that'll do it. They do.
And like, is Ark being gentle with them, or is this just Ark being like, whoop?
I don't think Ark has gentle in him, based
That
on
sounds right.
based on how they were
fair.
trained and stuff. So
Yeah.
probably like the second Tal attempted to run by. I'm gonna put this green check mark up. This isn't major PvP combat, but probably the second Tal tried to run by. What I imagine Ark would
yeah.
do is just stick an arm out and like clothesline them to the ground.
No, you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
Oh yes.
100%.
Yep. You have them pinned. So Tal,
I like to imagine. Yeah, I like to imagine that like you did that, but you also followed it down like with a knee. This is just my imagination. You of
Sure.
course can veto everything, but like you take that clothesline and you just go like straight down,
Yeah.
like straight down to the ground, and like pin her that way.
Yep.
Yes, amazing.
That Ark has been slammed on his back plenty of times like that. And I'm sure that's just where it came from. It was a reaction. Like,
That 22, it is instinct. It has had been done to you so many times. Now you get to do it with somebody else.
and he's kind of a knee down. Somehow during the pin, he was drawing his staff and has the staff like over their shoulders and looks up and says, "Would you like them now? I really don't want to do this."
Is this to Hideaki?
Both of them, honestly, just kind of like looking up to the air.
Yeah. Let's go.
Do you guys have
Can I try
anything to?
Can I try to break a grapple? Is that a thing?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely, it is. Yes. All
You're
right.
gonna
So, like, I was going to give it a
traumatize
second
Tal.
if anybody else was doing anything. Just a reminder.
Tal is
like,
traumatizing Tal right now. Like honestly.
Let's be honest. Full on traumatized.
there is and by the way, this whole time, like, once you started like reacting this way, Hideaki, finally you're oh god, I'm sorry, one second. Nim is like not settled down but stop trying to like freak you out. They're like, yes, okay, you guys get the message finally.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Did you not see what I was trying? Oh my god, this is a buddy cop movie and I need it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like when you're sad.
Yes.
Hideaki in the world of Nim.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
So just a reminder, you might have, I don't remember exactly what comes with like typical packs, but I'm assuming if you've taken like the pack for your class, you probably have some rope on you, if necessary, things like that. But Tal, to break a grapple, is it your own athletics, Waffles?
Yeah.
Another?
So first they'll have to put the grabbed condition on, and so will I. I'm pretty sure they just cancel each other out, to be honest, but it's for other people trying to help. And then it's going to be their athletics or acrobatics versus my athletics DC.
Amazing. I would like acrobatics, please.
Sure. This is called the escape action. So honestly, you're only trying to beat 13 because I don't have great athletics.
Cool. I have fantastic acrobatics.
You know the fun thing about Pathfinder? You can grapple a grapple.
Yep.
You grapple the person grappling you. It's very
Return the
great.
grapple to them.
German suplex.
I got 24.
Ooh.
God.
Yeah.
Natural 18.
This is the worst.
So
person.
it is not.
It's the worst.
You guys
It's the
like
worst.
arc, clothesline, pins down, looks up at you, Hideaki and Arafe. It's like, is this?
The staff is on my shoulders, right?
Yep.
So they were
Yeah.
like feebly like trying to like push it off, which like
Yeah.
Ark's not super strong, they're not super strong, but instead of pushing it off, they just because the ground here I imagine is like a forest floor, it's like very soft.
Yeah.
They just kind of like squish into it and like use it as leverage to push themselves down and slide out.
Like
And
belly up.
like dig their claws, their feet claws into the ground and kind of like use that as like a back bend and like catapult them up and go.
All right. Let's for ease.
Do we need initiative?
initiative.
Is that what's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, I was
Is that
gonna
what's
say
happening?
like this might.
I'm
yeah,
like,
this might.
I'm
need
like
some-
I'm like for this.
Very initiative.
Let's do it. All right. So I'm gonna clear out our current one because I like new. Let's do it for it.
It's a new scenario.
It's a new scenario. I think. Well, you just went, so we'll just do it. Let's everybody roll initiative.
We'll use hero point.
Don't forget to click your token.
I'm
just
mad,
when it
and
shows
I
up.
rolled worse.
Can I use athletics?
Yes. Oh, reminder. Yes, absolutely. Because of everything that's going on right now, like Tal, you're probably rolling initiative with acrobatics.
100%.
Waffles, yes, for athletics. Hideaki, I think because you're not like directly there, it makes sense to do perception, but feel free to argue whatever you want and say Marife.
I'm gonna use a hero point on my natural one.
Oh, you don't want to keep the natural one?
Initiative's important.
Initiative is important.
Alright, 17.
Oh, I only got a 10. But wait. No, I'm not going to roll a hero point. Listen.
That would be amazing if you did that. I would
How
not
messed
be
up would
mad.
it be
It
if
would be
like
so
chat
fucked up.
gave Tal a bunch of hero points?
I
right now?
have to is the thing. Okay. All right, here's the thing. I as a player don't want to use a hero point. Tal does want to go real bad though.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't
So
this
we're gonna-
rough?
Yeah,
So
so
you
we're
gotta
gonna use it. Like I want Tal to get caught, but
Yeah,
also
for sure.
it's worse. It's a 9. This is the
There you
fate.
go.
This is fate.
That's
It's gonna
perfect.
happen. Okay, good.
We're like, oh no.
Thank you
Get
for
a hero point.
Thank you.
Jim,
Replenish
Jim,
that
no.
one. Thank you.
Jim just wants to see the world burn.
No, if I say this out loud, I'm gonna wait. Because if I say this out loud, y'all are gonna do things on purpose for me. So, anyways, I'll wait. All right, is everybody up on here? I believe
Yep.
so. Gorgeous. Hideaki, did you change to the value you needed it to be? You
I did.
Ah,
It was way worse.
fantastic. Let's sort this in an order that makes sense. Ark, Tal just slipped out from under you. Your training is not like you didn't do this. This isn't. Let's go. What's happening?
So we're in initiative. Are they still right beside me?
So they used an action to do that. They technically used an action to get up from prone. So we were in full initiative. I'm going to say, yeah, they're starting to move.
Okay. Ark is going to. Alright. Man. Do I want to smack
I'ma set you
him?
guys up.
I don't think Ark would smack him yet.
Yet. I like that. I like that caveat of yet.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of that
I
whole
will-
statement.
Alright,
We'll wait
Ark,
to answer that question.
Ark is gonna cast a spell. So you see in his hand this bluish white energy, kind of briar and vine like, and he just gives it like a really quick whip like he did the bola earlier as I cast Tanglefoot.
Oh, what a great spell. Amazing.
Yes. 15.
Does
Ooh,
a
doesn't
15 hit your AC?
AC is 16 because I can read my sheet correctly now.
That's
shout out to all the YouTube comments. I just want to
For
say
being
y'all
so
are
kind and
fabulous.
helpful. Like
Yes.
so kind.
Super amazing.
Yeah, I
then
think
I missed.
how I interpret it though is that like again this like weird whatever it is of that's in their mind telling them to just keep going. Like they glance over their shoulder just enough to see you do that and see where you would grab like around their ankle, and they just like again like pivot onto the opposite foot, do a little like half pirouette almost, and then keep going.
So this half pirouette, because you succeeded, but actually, no, sorry,
No.
this is your success, Waffles, right? The track is that success is referring to your attack, right? So a failure, the target is unaffected.
Yeah, the target's
Okay.
unaffected.
Never mind,
Yep.
ignore me. Got it.
Yep. And then Ark would use their move to get up equal with Tau. 'Cause
Okay.
that's 2 actions and the 1 to move. So
Are you looking like so I guess put you on the map just for ease of tracking. So are you kind of in stride, or are you going to circle in front?
circle in front, I think.
Okay.
I had 25 feet, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring yourself like further ahead of them, you can. But anyways, Arafe.
All right, Arafe has nothing helpful. So, so I am going to run up to Tal, just get in front of her. And I'm just going to try the diplomatic route again, because that's what I'm good at. And I'm going to say, Tal, we need to go back. You're not feeling well, you're confused, and we want to make sure we can take care of you. Please let us take you back home.
I want to double check this, and Waffles, if you want to look at the same time as me, or anybody, feel free. When it comes to emotion effects and mental effects, can there be breakthrough moments like this where roll can actually influence?
Most of the time it's going to be GM call, but I'll definitely look it up. Usually if it's part of the disease or spell, it'll say like attitudes can be changed or something like that.
Gotcha. No, but I know that like when it like because it specified that mental tag and things, I always like to to check. But
Basically emotions, so the emotion and mental traits just tell you that they don't affect things with minds or emotions. So like if it was a robot, it couldn't work.
but some spells also can like it have to be a spell that affects like can like supersede an emotion effect or things like that. Like I've seen
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are things that like calm emotion effects and stuff, but the emotion tag literally says this effect alters a creature's emotions. Effect with this trait have the mental trait as well. Creatures with special training or that have mechanical or artificial intelligence are immune to this effect.
Got it.
That's all the tag says.
I'm also going to throw this in there as part of my trying to diplomacy her back too, is Hideaki's hurt, and we need to get him back too. Don't you want to take care of Hideaki?
So
Ouch!
No.
here. Would you like
I'm
this
a girl.
dagger?
I know how to guilt people.
Now,
I'm dying, but that was great.
But using that more as a way to
Destroyed.
get through to Tal, because she knows Tal cares about Hideaki quite a bit, and she's not
Yep.
lying.
Oh yeah.
yeah, so the thing, and I just want to give you this, like, Arafe, because you've rolled that check before, like, you know, what, when I say an emotion or mental effect is, like, you, yeah, sorry, I was on your sheet.
I was like, like I just also like, why did it go to my spells all of a sudden? Get out of my stuff, Syrup.
Sorry, I'm just poking around. So you know, like, what that means. Like, I always like to translate that, like, when you understand the mechanical thing, like, that would be something your character understands in a different way. So this isn't Tal in control. So I guess, like, what are you aiming for with this? Like, are you like, even with these diplomacies, like, you know, how about this? If you want, if you're not doing anything like a spell or something like that, go ahead and roll a diplomacy check. And what we'll do is, if this is, we'll say DC, Tal, what? Let me look at what your stuff is.
I
And
got
if
some
it's your-
good stuff. I got
And
some
if
good
not
stuff.
to change their mind about going, just at least giving them enough halt that maybe somebody else can do something with this.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I am not
exactly where
strong.
I was
I'm
going.
not holding her down. I am not going to be able to intervene with them. I'm just simply here to try and slow it down so those that have better power than me can.
Sure. What is Tal your will DC? So 10 plus your will modifier.
10.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Not high.
DC 10 to influence Tal. And this will give a bonus to anybody doing something else later on.
This is where I roll a 1. You know this, right?
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. If only
Is it-
Jim gave you the hero point.
14.
14. We love you, Jim. Sorry. All right.
You gave it to the right person because they used it for a story reason.
Yeah.
Well, I use it, but you replenish it for a different story reason later.
That's
So,
true.
like, still love it.
This is it, like, Tal, like, somehow, some way, like, hearing about, like, Hideaki is hurt, like, that's cutting through to you enough to just stutter yourself. Like, we'll see what comes next.
Yeah, so like to peel back the curtain just slightly, Tal knows what you're saying, and that's the reason they're so scared and they're basically like full tears again. Because they don't want to go. They don't want this thing that is happening. They know that Hideaki is hurt. They were there. Like, they know all of these things. They want to go back with you so bad, but there is something that is superseding that. That, like, huge desire that is foreign and alien and not something that they have control over. That is what's, like, making them go. So, like, hearing all of that, they're just like, ah! The inside of them is screaming of, like, I know!
Yeah. And it's like, because of that medicine check earlier, like, I would assume Arafe knows that you are not in control, and that's why she took out the nuclear option to try and just kick enough.
I'm really good with diplomacy and emotion. Let me twist a knife in your heart. I love you. That's
They got
amazing.
big heart, so it's not hard.
It's out of love, I swear. That's why we have safety tools. It's okay, guys. Okay,
We pulled them out quite a bit.
Yes. Well, that was, I mean, you stepped up and you did one thing. Is there anything else you want to do, Arfe?
That's all I got. I'm just gonna
Okay.
hold it there. Hope that I can. That's enough.
Sure. Tal, it is now your turn. Because it is your turn, and nothing else has happened yet, I'm going to say that Arafe's words, like, strike you and, like, make you internally stutter, and just, your brain is just, you're stupefied. Everything is spinning. Like, you have one less action this round. You only have 2 actions.
Okay. So crying is a free action, so that's what I'm gonna do. No, she's absolutely sobbing, and is just going to just keep run. Is going to spend both actions to run, just like run past these, like go, at however fast they can, just like around, and then that's not actual true to movement, but
Yeah, what's your movement speed? 25?
25, so total of 50 feet.
Yeah, so you're, I mean, going around, so...
And then whatever direction that...
The one that you've been basically headed in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, so basically, they managed to move 40 feet, just kind of like going around
So, like,
and moving forward. So Arc, they're about
there-ish.
40 feet from you. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Whap,
Hideaki.
whap.
Processing everything that has just happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion here, and I just want to say I appreciate all of this. We also shout out, like, this is why we use safety
Yep.
tools, everybody.
Yep.
Okay,
So-
a lot of emotion.
it's
So
so
we're checking
good.
in
Yeah. So,
visually with each other.
speaking of that, hold on to those for a second.
Oh, okay.
So, let's look around and just shake my head. These half measures aren't going to work. I'm sorry. And I raise my hand, and I'm going to use Act Together, and I'm going to move Overnosa up 25, 25 feet forward, just straight forward.
Can I interrupt real
towards?
quick?
Yes.
Sorry. Do you think Ark would like notice this or like hear this, or does Ark have any collection that this is about to happen?
I'm saying it out loud.
I mean, yeah, like the half. Ark thinks whatever they think when
Sure,
they
yeah.
say
I'm
half
saying it out
measures
loud.
aren't going to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Ark would snap his head around, and you probably like the way he snaps his head around. You probably think he's about to say like, "No, don't" or something.
And you see his hand up.
Yeah, he looks at you. You probably think he's about to say "No, don't," and he says, "You should wait for RFA to cancel the spell. She will get hurt too."
It's okay.
Oh, I forgot you guys are tied.
It's been more than a minute, though. It's been
Okay.
more than a
You
minute.
double
Okay,
check,
you're
but I
right.
think
Yeah.
that's gone after a minute.
All right.
Yeah. But
Cancel
my
everything I
God,
said.
that would have been
Okay.
listen though, but think about that.
Good check.
Ariel would have
Good.
taken it.
Look at
Listen,
we have
never
that
mind.
we as players have that in our heads of like we know Ark
Yeah.
cares somehow
Duval forgot.
about someone.
And I'm gonna cast Daze on Tal.
All right.
Will save.
Perfect.
A will save, as have been already determined, not great at those.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you have a -3 because of wisdom DCs.
17? Wait, no, -3, so 14.
That's a failure.
Actually, so you
yeah.
should have this all, thanks to
Right.
Roll20 character sheets, wrapped in. So I'm surprised.
Oh, is it already
it's
wrapped in?
not-
Did you put
It
the
should
stabilized
be.
3 into your character sheet?
Stupefied.
I put stupefied. Oh, did I do?
You click stupefied, it comes up as a condition down below all the conditions, and then you have to click 1, 2, 3. You have to add numbers
They did.
to it.
They did.
I did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your 0 of will is with the -3.
Ah.
So 17.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's a success.
Where were these
Wow.
rolls last week for all of us?
So,
Okay.
as I reach out to your mind and its already clouded form and try to cloud it and daze it with a mental jolt, and it doesn't fucking work.
There's a lot going on right there. Right now it's real hard to make it stop.
I kind of love it. So that's 2 actions.
What? Oh yeah.
Back
Yeah.
together. Yep. And
I thought only one.
it depends on what I'm doing.
You moved them and you did dazed. Is dazed a 2 action?
Daze is indeed a 2 action.
Okay, so when your act together, when you moved, you can also do a 1 action thing at the same time. So do you want to move as well?
Sure, that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, I'll go ahead and move as well. Heading towards, and then I'll use my last action to move Overnosa towards Tal.
Okay. And that about closes the distance, so
Yeah.
they're right up
And
to Tal.
I'll just say I'm gonna try to grapple again, and then I'm gonna try that one more time.
Okay.
This has to stop.
Arc.
Okay.
Whew.
I'm sorry, guys.
That
Oh my God, why are you apologizing?
that hurt me so bad. But I'm okay.
All right.
Outcast and outclassed. Emotional torture.
Yep. School.
Cool.
School. Woo.
And
As an aside,
promotion.
while Waffles is figuring out what to do, I just want to say, speaking of safety tools, as to put this in here, it's beyond just what we're showing you, because Duval literally DM'd me, and I'm gonna put you on the pedestal for this, and was like, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing, and I just wanted to make sure that this was okay. And I'm like, hell yes, let's go.
So I was like, I don't
Anyway,
know,
everybody-
because this is a lighter veil for people, like PvP
Yeah,
and
like,
stuff, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
that's
like
for
I
sure.
like
Absolutely.
it, so it's like I look at all
That's
my stuff
what
and I'm
we'd love
like,
to
this
see.
is what we gotta
Listen.
do.
It's
you know?
so
Yeah.
good, and I love it. I
love
just
it
wanted to
so
take that
much.
moment. I love you so much. All right, I just wanted to take the moment. Please, Ark, do something wonderful.
Save us all.
Ark is going to do the same thing, I think.
Amazing. Good.
Maybe not
Great.
super wonderful, but Ark is not here to hurt people. So he is going to use Tanglefoot.
Okay. Are you closing your full distance, by the way?
9. No, I can't.
That's not gonna do it, fam. That's not it.
I know.
So bad.
Do you have a hero point?
Oh.
I don't. I used it on initiative. So Art, you see this? You see this like white blue energy come back up in their hands again, and they fling it out like a bola. It hits the ground like visibly short, like 5 feet short, and not art perfection style, telling you that this might be a hiccup for him to not like he doesn't want to hurt Tal, like he took his time restraining Tal, etc., etc.
All right. That's it.
That's it. That's all I can do. I moved up once and used a 2-action spell.
Y'all, let's go, man. Get your shit together.
Gonna do. Oh.
Arafe, your associates are not, your friends are not
I
doing
know,
it right now.
and the worst part is like I have no skills to help right now.
The thing is, just as a reminder, I mean,
Yeah, there's other things to do.
you always can try to grapple. I mean, despite despite
So I think that's really okay. How far away is Tal from me at this point?
It's gonna be close.
40, so
Okay,
probably
so-
2 movements.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow suit. I'm going to take my 2 actions to move, and then I'm going to try and grapple Tal in a hug like
Yeah.
grapple.
Bear
So try and-
hug.
Yeah, go into a bear hug, arms underneath mine, hands behind your head, pull you into my body, kind of
Like,
hug
please.
like grapple. Try as
Yeah.
comforting of a grapple as I can.
Yeah.
Almost like a desperation of just like,
Mm-hmm.
please.
This is
I want it to
athletics,
work
right?
so bad. My reflex is so high though.
I know.
Yeah. So this is to grapple. It's in athletics. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a +0.
Well, let's get that.
So
So
Tal's gonna kick my butt.
close.
It's a natural 14
Yeah.
for a 14. Okay. All right,
I just
guys.
kind of fall over a little bit. I'm very disoriented by my own. For anyone who doesn't know how an oracle works, my life force is currently flowing out of my body. That's what the glow is. So
Glow.
I'm a little disoriented and I trip a little bit and kind of
Your
miss.
stupefied one.
Yeah, and plus stupefied 1, so this is all good.
Yeah. Actually, so real quick, you tried to cast Daze before, right?
Oh, me, yeah.
Yeah. So because you're stupefied, technically, just as a reminder for anybody that has
I
that
had to roll,
stupefied
right?
condition, you do. It's okay. It didn't work. We're not gonna go back. But just
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember that is technically casting a spell, right?
I should not have rolled the dice because I rolled another natural 20.
Womp, 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 womp.
No. It's okay. It's okay. You're warming it up. It's good. It's good. But unfortunately, it's Tal's turn.
Yep.
It is my turn, isn't it?
Oh, how strange.
We.
I knew this day would come, and I am still unprepared.
Yeah, it was 6 seconds ago.
Yeah. Okay, we're
Oh my
in
God.
trees, right? We're in the trees.
Yeah. So, I mean, technically, this is all like probably difficult terrain of a sort, but all of you are
Yeah,
experiencing it.
that's-
So I'm not.
I'm going up
Yep.
and going
That's
to go
about
that
right.
way. I'm going up in that. I'm just going to go up
100%.
and
I'm
Tree.
so proud of you.
I'm going. The instincts at that point are
Oh, no
like,
doubt.
yo, circus, let's go up and let's trapeze, let's go.
Oh man, I
Also just
love
wanna
it
say-
and hate it.
I hate it.
The tactician in my mind is telling me this is what you do, this is what you
Yep.
do, this is what you do.
Yep.
And I don't want to do it. I'm like, you knock Tal out, you do stabilize, and you carry her back that way. I don't want
Yeah.
no Tal.
Hideaki is like, knock her ass out. Knock her out, knock her out, knock her out. Knock them out, knock them out.
Yeah.
Full
There's like
measures.
in a weird way, I'm gonna flavor the fact that like we've had like 2 rounds now of limited conversation amongst you. And I want to imagine that like through this jungle as Tal is trying to like pull herself away from people and dodge and go, and Araphase trying to just hug them and stop, and all of this is happening in like an eerie silence. Like there's not much conversation, just struggle. It's wet. Tal's covered in mud, like probably why that's there's just this sound of rain hitting leaves and grunts of frustration as Tal makes an acrobatics check.
I don't want to. Okay.
Oh, 22. What was that, Rolo?
22.
You watch Tal just grab like a trunk of a tree, pull themselves up onto a branch, and then you successfully up on a tree, and then you're just kind of like trapezing and going.
Yeah, there's a moment when they get to like a high point. They look down at their friends, and they look so heartbroken. But like part of it, it's part of like they don't know where they're going and they don't want to put their friends in danger, which is why they're trying so hard to get away.
Yeah,
and all of that is like playing across their face. So that's what you would see, and then they would just go.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask for just the continued movement. Like one was getting up the tree. Just make me one more acrobatics check to see if it's like 2 full actions movement or slower. 15.
15. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Tal is, oh god, this isn't good. Starting to make progress.
Oh god.
Hideaki.
Okay, so I guess so the token is not in the trees now, I suppose. Oh, did you go north?
No.
Everything was reshifted. This is like
I moved. Just for space on the map, I'm bringing it out back. But,
Okay. So, oh man,
I know.
so much decision. Okay.
Just noticed there was 2 Hideaki tokens.
How tall is the tree that they're in?
I'm gonna say like they're 20 feet up, just that's where like the branches are densest and easiest to like traverse.
I have a rules question.
The how to calculate the hypotenuse?
Kind of, sort of, because I would like to breath weapon with Overnosa above Tal's head and make them to try to make them fall. I would like to heat up the tree because I don't want to attack them with a fucking breath weapon. So,
all right.
God, I hope you. Part of me hopes you miss.
We're gonna bring. Can you ping your breath weapon, or like what's the distance of your breath weapon?
30 feet.
It's a cone.
It's a 30-foot
cone. 30 feet. Okay, so first of all, let's say by default, unless you want to do something else, we're gonna move to close the distance because they moved, and get as close as you can to them with Overnosa. If you want to act together, you can bring yourself up.
Yeah, sure, it's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Yeah, I will because I still I want. Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. Is it a breath weapon 2 actions?
Yes.
Okay. So basically this is closing the distance, and you watch Overnosa take in this deep breath and breath weapons the treetops. It is a cone, I believe, in which case you're trying to aim, but like I don't think you can get close enough without it basically catching Tal. So you get the tree and some of Tal. Go. What is it a saving throw? Is it just an attack?
Yep, saving throw. Of course, they're really good at reflex. I believe it's a reflex save. Let me double check.
Probably.
Where did you go? I just was looking at you. Yes. Okay. Yep. Basic reflex save.
Okay. No.
22.
Half
Yep.
half damage, probably.
Still have damage though.
Cool, cool, cool,
Okay.
cool, cool, cool,
All right.
cool,
What
cool, cool.
what
So-
are your HPs at?
9?
Yeah.
Still? 9?
Okay.
9?
9. Well.
9.
9.
Subtract that by half of 3, so 1.
One.
Yay! 8?
No. Okay. However, you are doing the whole freaking tree trap. That's what it
Tree
is.
trap.
Tree trap.
Them good
That's
old
what we're
tree
at
drops.
tonight. Okay.
Yeah,
So
they're all D4s actually. I'm so proud.
what
so
is-
high five.
your full damage was 3.
Yes.
Okay. Remind me when it comes around to your turn, Tal, that we have some burning limbs around you. I believe that is all of your turn, Hideaki.
I'll just say, I'm really sorry, but you need to stop.
We get this is like I know this is dragging out and it's killing me. But it's important.
The dice
Otherwise,
say
I
what they
wouldn't.
say.
Yeah. So, I just as a note, like to Arafe and Ark, you obviously see the distress or saw the distress on Tal, but Hideaki, like, I hear it in your voice already. The just deep set frustration and like this is enough. Is there and like. I think it'll be very obvious to Arafe and Ark. Is there anything else that you're like exuding right now that they might pick up on?
Oh, that's a good question. Who's close? Oh, everyone's close.
Yeah.
He is full on crying.
Oh, this is hurting my heart.
Right, like he was like your classic sort of like well up, and then when he says what he just says and yells out that you need to stop, that's when it drops.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Okay.
He doesn't
Arafe.
want to hurt them. But
I
he
think it's
feels
fine.
like he needs to.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't scroll all the way up.
Oh,
Alright.
okay. Ark is gonna take to the trees.
Let's go. Acrobatics or athletics, whatever you like.
Acrobatics.
Yep.
I've been rolling very poorly though, so
No, this is it. Time.
13.
Yes, you get up there. Before you do see Hideaki's face. Do you feel anything in the moment of this?
I think he looks at Hideaki, gets a little confused, probably makes eye contact, just so like Hideaki knows that Ark saw him, and then just traverses up the tree.
I also think one thing that you notice is that the tears themselves are glowing as well with copper energy.
Okay.
All right. All right. You're up the tree. One action.
How far am I away?
You are probably like I'm gonna say like 40, 45.
All right. Can I attempt to? I want to attempt to like traverse in front of them because I would
Yeah.
have 50 feet of movement technically.
Yeah, absolutely. So do one more acrobatics check for me to see if you're slowed down by the burning branches.
18.
18. Gorgeous. So what you because it was focused on Tal and where they are, you're on sturdy branches and you kind of just swing around to some of the less affected ones to get and cut in front of Tal. So absolutely. You managed to do that and you're like on a limb on the tree in front of them, like basically that's the one that they have to hop to.
Sure. I think Ark would at that point call out, I I will not be able to stop them when they jump past, but I have a step on them.
Amazing. Arafe,
How do held actions work in Pathfinder?
you use 2 actions to hold 1 action.
Hey,
Does
not
that
doing
make
that.
sense?
Yep, can't do that.
It's rough sometimes, but it also makes sense.
I get it. I'm just at that twitchy face.
Yeah, what I would
Fine,
tell you
fine,
is that at any time you can also drop initiative. I usually think that's better than holding actions. So like you can be like, oh, I want to go after Hideaki or something like.
Okay, yeah, no, it was more like I wanted to do something when Tal
Yeah.
moved
Yeah.
to try and interrupt that movement.
Sure,
but
sure.
so I think just what I will do instead is, theatrically I'll do this when they start moving. But essentially, I'm going to cast dancing lights in front of Tal,
Oh,
and then
yes.
is sustaining the spell a single?
You
Okay.
use 1 action to sustain.
One action.
So
So then I'm going to cast it, which takes 2 actions, and then I'm going to use the sustain action to move them toward her to try and kick them off their balance in this stupefied state of there's these, I think it's
Yeah, there's
five,
suddenly-
5 bright lights just coming at me.
So correct me if I'm wrong, Waffles. I do believe that you don't need to sustain on the casting, and you can cast them there or move or whatever.
You
I
don't-
don't want to be that person, but you did cast a spell and you are stupefied. Did you resolve that?
I do have to roll. I know
cool,
that
cool,
just
cool,
to see if
cool,
it works.
cool.
But it just says I'm only allowed to move them on the sustain.
Yep.
Okay.
So I can cast them and put them stagnantly, but the sustain spell is what lets me move it.
Yep, and
So-
we've actually looked that up before, and you can sustain a spell the same action that you cast it.
That was what I was curious about. I'm like, am I abusing things here? But okay, so I'm gonna
you
roll
are
a d20.
sustaining. You mean the same round?
Yeah.
Or the same action?
The same. Basically, she cast it for 2 and then sustains it for 1. That's her turn. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
Okay.
thought. Yeah, that's cool. All right.
So I'm gonna
yeah,
roll
absolutely.
to see if I can actually do a spell. Cause stupefied.
Please.
I believe my
please.
DC is 6.
Yes. 5 plus 1,
16.
16. Whoo! Whoo! All right.
Gang, gang.
All right, so yeah, so the weakened, kind of blackened branches around you, Tal, just as a heads up, like they don't stay on fire because of the rain and how wet everything is right now, but the weakened, like, crackling branches are like making uncomfortable creaking noises under you, as now suddenly there's these like lights that are just circling around your head, basically. So there's gonna incur basically a lot of penalties on this next.
Sweet. Good. Great. Good. Good. Excellent. Good. Great. Good. Good.
Why did it? It was raining.
Good. Great. Good. It is raining, which makes us even sadder.
Yes,
No,
really.
Harry,
It's not
can we be
crying.
any?
It's just raining.
Can we be any more anime?
yeah,
Yes.
this feels like a scene
Dang,
out of
eat your heart
Naruto.
out. For real?
Oh
Oh
my
my god, it does.
Yeah.
Only if when Tal jumped into the tree, one of us went Suke.
Amazing. What's up, Tal?
Please fall down.
I want Tal to fall, but
Yeah.
Tal doesn't want to fall. They're gonna try to get out of this actually precarious, like, tree kind of burny situation. So they're gonna try to jump to a different one.
Yeah. And that is going to be the clearest, like, obvious choice is where Ark is right now.
Okay.
So you can go towards them. Now, you can technically move through your allies' spaces. I am
Are
going
we
to not
considered
consider-
allies? Okay.
Not currently. Not currently.
Cool. That's what I
Um,
figured.
Does that mean, though, that you cannot move through?
You
Not-
have to like tumble through, and then it halves your speed. There's all kinds of rules for that.
Okay. Cool.
There's an action
That's what
for
I
it,
want.
though.
Slowing down. So,
If you
Let's
don't think
start.
I'm taking an attack of opportunity, you have another thing coming.
unfortunately, that's the thing with Pathfinder. It's not as common for attacks of opportunity.
Yeah,
unless
I
you
had
have,
to take
like,
a freaking feat about that at level 10. It took a while.
Episode
Someday.
83.
When we're
So
level
let's-
6.
One action, because everything's kind of happening at once, one action to basically not crumble where you are. So give me like one acrobatics check for
Okay.
all of Hideaki's hard work.
21.
21. Cool.
Look at my art, isn't it nice?
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat?
Yeah.
No, slapped in the So you're like,
that was
whoa, and then you go and like basically hop that first action to close that, like 5 foot basically, to close that onto the branch that Arc is on. You now have to get through Arc. This arc.
This arc.
This alternate universe arc? No.
This arc brought to you by.
Where everything's sunshine and roses. Okay.
All right. Not here.
So you can try to move through the space of an enemy. Attempt an acrobatics check against the enemy's reflex DC as soon as you try to enter its space. So this is tumble through. So let's go ahead. If you're trying to maneuver past Arc, go ahead and make another acrobatics check.
Flavor-wise, this is what I'm going to do. But flavor-wise, I think what Tal is doing is going to try to leap up and, like, use your shoulder and try to get up, like, up higher, even.
For sure.
And, like, vault off of you to get higher. Did you
Absolutely.
send another acrobatics?
Yes.
That's a big fail.
Jesus.
That is a 9. However, I do have 2 hero points, and I'm going to spend one of them
Spend
because
one.
of
I think
narrative
that's
demands.
totally fair.
Thank God.
It's 2 9s in a
Another
row.
9. And I'm gonna say it's like
Dice
you're
is
muddy, right? You're muddy and rain slicked right now,
And
you're
I don't
trying
wanna.
to-
I also don't wanna.
and you go to like leap
Tired.
off his shoulders,
And I feel bad.
Can,
slips.
can
And I
add
got
some-
burnt.
Can I add some flavor to this? If
Hell
you'll allow
yes.
me.
Flavor
when,
it.
When
Let's
they
go.
are trying to, it's flavor and a little mechanic, so feel free to stop me if you don't think it works. But when they're trying to like climb my shoulders, I think Art again takes the pole arm and just kind of sticks it on Tal's shoulders and pushes back a little, causing them to slip and fall. And I think obviously they're falling off the branch now, and they would have a chance for like a reflex save to like catch themselves or fall all the way down to the. Because I don't know if there's.
It would
room on
make
this
sense for
branch.
me, yeah. Yeah. It would.
Yeah,
It
I
honestly
mean-
would make sense.
I will
Like,
yeah. I mean, because
Flipping
you guys
off
are
of something
opposing-
onto a wet surface when I'm already wet and like not anticipating
so
it. It makes sense.
we're
to me.
gonna-
I'm justifying my own demise.
We're gonna
what's
roll it
happening.
all into one. You have one more action technically, Tal.
Okay.
So this is going to be basically a
Mm-hmm.
reflex save to catch a ledge.
Okay.
Because you didn't successfully move past their space.
Yep.
If you succeed, though,
Mm-hmm.
to be fair, you're gonna basically grab onto the edge of the branch and be able to find footing on like a different branch and
lower
not
one.
have to tumble through them next time unless they move.
Okay.
But if you fail, you fall.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Awesome. Excellent. Remind me what I'm rolling again. Reflex.
save,
Cool.
which
Excellent.
is-
Great.
0 mod, which is good.
21.
Fucking hell! Great. So great.
The only thing I can do is just reflexively dodge everything that you throw at me.
So
What's your backup character?
yeah, I know. At this point, this is insane. All right, we're gonna move things a little
Yeah.
quicker, but I don't want to like lower the impact of these moments. But
Sure.
right now, this is getting like frustrating, and
Oh, get it?
basically, this is going to be the last round of initiative. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And that'll be after you, Hideaki. We're gonna start at the top with, you know what? No, Tal just went, and I like that, so we're gonna keep it. If
Okay.
Tal is ahead at the end of this next round of initiative, then we're gonna have a different conversation after break. Okay. No pressure.
God.
Okay. It's not over. As a reminder, there is a disease track that will
Yeah.
be of influence, but this is not easy.
Yeah.
Hideaki, you know, you're running, you're losing stamina. You guys are chasing each other through the trees in the rain. This is a lot. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's the freaking glider all over again. Like, ha! And, so, I'm. Okay, so nice. Do it twice. Okay, so
Can
we
I set the scene
go
for
ahead.
you real quick?
Yeah,
you,
please.
You would see Art kind of like their bow staff like at Tal's shoulders, even as Tal is climbing up, and probably visibly looking at Art, getting ready to swing. Just a
At Tal.
Looking at me. Looking
Yeah.
at Tal.
yeah.
Okay.
Look,
Sure. Not a problem.
And Tal's like a half branch like below, so they're like their head is like at Ark's hip basically, but like off
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
like
side.
hanging down, and like I think looking down, there is like a branch that I can go to decently easily. Asterisk if I don't fail a roll.
Okay. Okay, so here is because you're still too high up for Overnosa to grapple, I think. How far up?
Now, doesn't Overnosa have some form, not indefinite flight, but can't they?
That's the glider form. So it could like if it was in the air, it could glide like to the ground.
Got it.
So unfortunately, that's not going to do it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. So I'm gonna act together, and I'm gonna have Overnosa move all the way up and around next, like right in front of the tree, and then I'm gonna raise a hand and cast Daze again.
Okay. Let's start with that
And
flat check.
I need to check.
Yeah, just a d20.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, is it
you
needs
need.
beats, right?
It's 5 plus
Okay.
1. So yep.
Okay.
Thank fucking God. Okay. So that's a will saving throw.
I cannot believe you got a 6. Amazing.
I'm just, like, picture it though. Like, you guys are exhausted.
Yeah, it's
Airfate
perfect.
and Hideaki are stupefied. Like, he's barely getting this off. With an 8.
Ooh.
I got
With
an
an 8. I'm
That's
going
a
to say,
failure.
Tal, for this effect, you do not have to spend your last hero point under the. Mechanically, with like the way hero points are, like if you save that last one for like life or death to protect yourself, I think that makes sense. Like you still have that inherent like save yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo. And
Tell
so
me
you
what
take,
that does.
So you take 3 points of non-lethal mental damage.
Okay.
And that's 2 actions with my act together, and I will use my last action to
What
move up.
else does it do? Can you
That's
ping
it.
in? That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Unless
okay.
you rolled a natural 1, which it would have caused, or
Well, what's
critical.
your
A
DC?
critical.
Yeah.
It's only a 15, so it's not a critical
Oh, it's
failure.
not a crit fail.
If you rolled a 5, that would have been great. Because you would have been stunned for stun 1, which is would have been. It's kind of what I've been going for. So
Okay.
and then and movement.
So you were okay. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah. So the thing with move together or act together is that you have one action you can do with act together as a reminder. So if you move up with act together, that is one action between the two of you. Like you both move up, and then it's a 2 action.
Oh, is it? Okay, I thought it was I get to do one thing with 2 actions, and then Overnosa uses 1 action as well. Let me verify, because we've discussed it a wee bit.
Yeah,
It's
and this
okay.
is definitely an interesting rules call because act together technically means that when you do one action, you're doing it in tandem with another action from Overnosa.
Yeah. So
I don't know
this
how it
is
works
what
when
it
you do
uses.
2 action.
So this is what it uses as an example. For example, if you spend 2 actions to act together, you could cast Burning Hands, which is a 2 action spell, and your Eidolon could strike with 1 action. Or your Eidolon could use its breath weapon, which is 2 actions, and you could strike with 1 action.
Cool.
So yeah.
Amazing. Thank
So
you.
yeah, that's why I've been like I've been playing chess with myself.
Yes.
Which God, that tracks is terrifying. So yeah, and then I will use my final action as Hideaki to move up and just say
Perfect.
I'm not giving up on you. even if I have to burn this force down.
Oh, amazing. All right. Arc 2.
All right,
Sorry, a
Ark.
lot of yelling. It tracks though. It's
Yeah,
It
it's
tracks.
what it
It
is.
does.
So good.
I literally
It's
been
so
planning this
good.
for fucking 2 weeks to yell.
Ark very calmly
You-
brings their staff back as if they're gonna swing and looks down and says, "Can anyone get under?"
I'll nod and like I'm like running to. Well, actually, Overnose is like right there.
Overnose is there. You did try to say get in front so they're not like directly under,
Yeah.
but I'll allow a reflex save.
Sure. And I think Ark, just for how they've been playing all of this, will also. No, because never mind. I was gonna let Arfe go first, but Arfe's the lifesaver. So Ark will instead. The first time that they've ever done this for y'all, at least, you watch as they're like the veins of energy kind of glow for them, and you watch it come out from their hands and through their staff, and you see this same briery vine energy at the bottom of their staff as he swings, and I'm gonna do a spell strike. I'm gonna cast Tanglefoot into my staff and do a spell strike.
Amazing. And so what exactly is a spell strike? Do you also attack to hit?
Yep, I attack to hit, I do damage with my staff, and then the spell expends.
Okay. Are you looking to hit them and try to knock them off the branch?
Yeah. I'm It's not non-lethal. It's literally looking to stop them.
Amazing.
Like
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. 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 I'm so excited.
Ark has 2 modes. It was save or die. So
Great.
I respect
Amazing.
it so hard.
That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Definitely.
okay. It's only 2 bludgeoning damage because Ark's not very strong. But
Uh-huh.
this arcane energy. Let me ping that real quick.
Just real quick, how many hit points did you have, Tal?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
This arcane energy
I'll let you know.
wraps around you, and you have -10 speed for an entire round.
Nice.
Amazing.
'Kay.
Amazing.
Excellent. I am not unconscious yet.
Okay.
It's very
However-
low, though.
This is a successful hit as well as this vine sticky sap is like wrapping around you. This, in my opinion, with like your precarious situation, warrants a reflex save.
Natural 2. I'm calling it right now.
Oh,
You were right
we've
the
had this
first time you
power
called it.
before.
Out of
yeah.
4 to that, it's
No.
24.
It's on the other side of a
You're too
natural
good.
2. It's a natural 18.
Yeah.
Right?
It was 2
Natural
minus
2.
20 for a natural
Yep.
18. It's okay.
The
There
4
it
was
is.
silent. The 4 was silent.
Yeah. So you okay? So I mean, and your cat-like reflexes.
No, I think it's just my claws just
I
dig
cool
in
cat.
a little bit deeper into the branch,
Perfect.
so it doesn't quite
yeah.
pull me off.
Yep,
But
yep, yep.
I have this vision of like it's pulling me down. Especially like the hit the hit of your staff is what like knocks me down, but I think like their claws just extend a little bit farther and just somehow manage to just like dig deeper into this tree branch so that they don't fall.
Amazing. Okay, Ark, is that your turn?
Yeah, I can't do much more. I mean, they're slowed now, which I hope helps. But I know we said at the end of this round that if they were ahead.
Right. Which, well, all right, we'll see. You'll see. Arafe.
So stressful to me. You can't even. So
Oh, it's more stressful than last time. How? How?
I know.
Because it's personal.
I
Yeah.
know
I put
because
a timer on it.
so just
Yeah.
going through my mind here of, do I stop her at any means necessary at this point? And I'm
There is
actually struggling with
desperation
myself.
in Hideaki's voice. There is tears in Hideaki's voice. There is determination on Ark's face. Correct me if I'm saying anything wrong. And
know how to
Tal is dazed, lost, confused, stressed. That's
done a
your
great movie.
environment right now.
I know. I'm trying to figure out. I'm sorry, I should move faster than this. There's just this part of
No,
me that I
you're
know what should
okay.
work and what I don't want to do is what would work the best.
I know the feeling.
This hurts me so, and I'm gonna do it just because we're desperate. Please don't hate me.
Oh, never. Absolutely
Arafe
never.
is gonna go up her 25 feet. She's gonna pull out her bow.
Yes!
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 Let's go!
I want like 5 more of these.
Let's go!
And her
I'm
hands
gonna
are,
go more.
as she's pulling out, her hands are visibly shaking.
Sure.
And I'm gonna take a shot.
Damn. That came back around way too quickly.
That's a 10.
I'm gonna use my hero point.
Yeah,
Good,
you are.
Okay,
Good,
all right.
good. Damn it!
No!
Oh,
I wanted it to go so bad. I wanted it to work
Okay.
so badly.
So as
Perfect way to
Arafe
handle it.
pulls out her longbow, her hands are just, they're shaking way too much. And so when she goes to let go, it goes way wide. And she's just gonna drop her bow at that point.
Nice.
it's almost worse. It's almost worse when you make that decision and you miss.
I mean, mess.
It's so much
What the fuck was I
worse.
doing?
It's a bittersweet game, y'all. Bittersweet. All right.
Okay. Okay. We're
Back
back
to
to the top of the round. The thing is that Tal is not ahead of y'all and she's not free. She's Tanglefoot. Let's do this. How long does Tanglefoot last?
An entire round. So all 3 actions.
Okay.
Basically, like, my idea was if they were to move, it would be minus 10 feet for every movement.
Okay. So, the thing is, it's wet, it's rainy, there's over and over below you, there's a lot going on. Make me 1 acrobatics check.
$15.
15. What is... You rolled an original... Is it the 25 for your Tanglefoot Waffles, or was it, like, part of the 18? Did you have to roll separately?
It was part of the 18. That was just me pinging my spell.
Okay. You don't lose your bounce? Slow 10. Actually, I should ask. Do you... You can take the minus 10 penalty to your speed, or you can attempt to escape. Like, that's an action to, like, escape it.
No, I don't think that they would try to, like, break out of it. I think they would take the penalty.
Yeah, just, like, slowly continue to move. Okay.
Because, like, there's, like, most of them, I mean, they're still there. They don't want to go. They're just not, they're trying really hard to also not make everyone else do what they're doing. So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, so that would be, if I'm interpreting what Waffles was saying correctly, if it's 10 less, that means that I move 15 feet for each move action. So it would be maximum of 45 feet.
Yep.
Yeah. But go ahead and make me 1 more acrobatics check.
Natural 1.
Holy shit.
Give me 1 second. Entertain yourselves.
All right,
Freaking the fuck out.
I'll
As an aside about falling, I do have a racial trait called land on your feet. When I fall, I take half normal damage and don't land prone. Just as an aside, if it
man.
matters.
It probably
Half falling?
Yeah.
When I fall, take only half the normal damage, and I do not land prone. Now, if that half damage knocks me unconscious, I will be prone. But
You
normal
still land on your feet.
situation.
Super. Yeah, right. Just.
I'm unconscious and on my feet.
Yep. Again, very anime.
So I said before that the tree was 20 feet up. Half is 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Technically.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
What you gotta do?
Do it.
All right. Here's
Technically?
what happens. Technically.
All
All right. So, Ark, as determined as you are, you're still getting exhausted from this chase. Okay. And you put a lot into that strike. You're like, this is what I got. Just like Arafe gave it her all, like, this is what's happening. And so you're standing kind of above, you angle down, you get that tanglefoot off, you're like, okay. And then you just watch Tal. Sticky, slow step forward. Kind of waver a little on that branch and take another step forward and make that first 15 feet. And there's a disappointment, like, you just tried a lot and it's not working. Like, she's still slowly making a determined way away from you. And you kind of look away, maybe with frustration. You tell me. And then you hear like a and when you turn around again, that sticky sap that had like come from that vine, you just watch Tal's foot slip from it, and Tal lands at the bottom, takes 10 damage.
Excellent. I had 3.
Figured. And at first, there's an instinct in Tal to catch that landing, and you watch that shock continue up from that landing, and where there's that, like that 3-point landing, and you think it's gonna stick for a second before Tal collapses on the ground of the forest floor.
To kind of roll with that, I think that's what they try to do. They try to land like they normally do when they fall off of something high. And they know to land like feet first and then hands. And when they try to do that, I think what happens is they hit their head on the tree.
Love that.
And that's what
that.
like knocks them over.
Absolutely.
Because that explains the damage. Like,
all right. So, with a thump, there's a body on the ground, unconscious, a good ways away from you, Arafe, because Tal continued on like another 15 feet, but there they are, unconscious. There is frustration, tears, anger, a lot of emotion in the air. So we're going to take a second, we're going to go on break, and we're going to process.
We are. There's a lot to tell you.
I got nervous pee so bad.
So I'm not gonna lie, as I took that bow
Shout
shot, like
out.
I was legitimately tearing up.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
freaking out.
it's so difficult. I want you, I know we have our safety cards, and I'm very grateful for this. I also know that extended periods of a lot of heightened tension and things like that are very, very difficult. So thank you. You are amazing, amazing players to go through all of that, truly. That wasn't easy. So please, we're going to go on break. If we need to take a little bit of a longer break to just process, that's okay.
My adrenaline is still way the fuck up. Let's go.
That's amazing.
This is what I do, baby.
Truly well done. To all our viewers, thank you very much for sticking with that. We're going to be right back. Please stick around, but take care of yourselves as well. Stretch, do what you need to do. We'll catch you in just a little bit. Hydrate.
Heck yeah.
Hydrate.
Hydrate. Bye.
More beer.
All right, we're back. We're gonna take a breath. Woo! Inhale, exhale.
Yeah, we
We
just
did it.
got done with a party. Everything was great.
Everything
Super
was
chill
fun.
time.
There was
Yeah.
slow dances. It was
Awesome.
great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was just, heartfelt moments. Just
We all danced to
beautiful.
Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just got real tired.
Al had
Tal
too
even
much to drink.
Tal even fell. Tal fell for someone on the dance floor.
Oh, God, it's bad.
Here.
Oh, man.
I want
right.
I want his hero point.
Take all of that, turn it around, and make it excruciating emotional torture, but in the best way.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. So, we have Tal unconscious on the ground, fallen out of a tree. An Arc in the tree, Arafe a bit away, and Hideaki and Overnosa on the chase, so to speak. We are out of initiative. Whew. Let's get one thing resolved first. Tal technically is unconscious and
Sure.
going on the dying condition soon.
I'm dying. 1.
You are. Welcome to the club.
Arafe, there's something you would like to do.
Yes, I would like to run forward and cast Stabilize.
Yeah, you would.
So I'm going to run forward, and as I'm running toward them, I'm going to cast it up.
You are casting a spell, though. I do want to.
I have to roll.
Yes.
D6.
Ooh, thanks. Maria, thank you. Thank
Maria's
you
on.
very much.
Listen, I don't want to be it.
It's a 5.
My God, are you fucking kidding me?
It
I
has
think
to be a 6.
I think seeing
It has to be a
this,
6.
Ark immediately drops down from the tree, puts a hand on Tal's chest, and casts Stabilize.
Oh.
dying. Oh my God, y'all!
Okay,
Like, oh, Jesus.
I wasn't ready. I was
not
like,
ready
anyway.
for that.
Oh,
God.
I
was not-
360'd right there.
Fucking. Okay.
Are you okay?
Jesus. Oh God.
Tonight.
Woof.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
But I'm okay.
Thank you.
But I almost lost my shit. And by almost, I mean I definitely lost my shit. I recovered,
Okay.
but I lost my shit.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Good save. I thought that Airfare was the only one that had that. I appreciate you.
Oh.
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
Fuck.
technically, y'all didn't know this. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
play this out though, because this is
Yeah.
this
How does
is
that
fucking
look?
no joke. Oh my God,
Okay.
Arafe, you like just a second ago. Remember, combat, fucking 6 seconds. You held your bow and were about to shoot Tal out of a tree. Shaking hands, miss. Like, I don't know what that must feel like as you drop your bow, only to 6 seconds later, watch them fall out of a tree. And fail to cast a spell.
Yeah, Arafe is on the outside. Arafe looks fine. Like, she is used to trying to be in these situations for as far back as she can remember. But inside, this is not. No. There's a whole lot of self-doubt and feelings of failure happening right now.
The life energy that is still leaking from your body, like, I don't know who's looking back right now, because technically you were, I mean, I guess you did run up a little bit, but
Assuming most people are paying attention to Tal at this point, because they are the most important piece right now.
Yeah. I started running
Yeah,
when they fell, so yeah.
yeah, but the tendrils that are like basically like they do at a glance, especially at your first level of your curse, look like just like branches or something coming out of the ground. But as this is like the next level, like it's like they're kind of disappear through to like your veins and like seem to be like pulling out, they're climbing like further up your legs with this like distraughtness that you're feeling, and the wildness of it all, the heightenedness of it all. Just for anybody that might notice that. Okay, then
Tal
Arc.
doesn't.
I think Arc might, because Arc would have to see this spell fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I
Yeah,
make
because you
a
do kind of have a
check?
different vantage point since you're up, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do we-
I mean, I'm guessing it would be something along the lines of you'd see me do the motions, but nothing happen.
Basically.
And Arc being the logical person that they are, go, it failed. I need to take care of this.
However, you are up a tree, Arc.
But
Can
not
you just make
terribly
sure-
far, though.
Not terribly far, but you do need to get out. And it's more just if you take damage or not. So like,
Got an acrobatics check? You want me just to climb
Yeah.
down? What's going on?
your decision. Like if you want to jump down and try to safely land, like acrobatics. If you want to quickly scamper down, like athletic. Like I don't know what would Arc do.
I want to... Arc would quickly scamper down to the point of like... Basically, Arc wants to try to take like half damage, if possible. And just like drop off the 20-foot limb. And then, because like... Thoughts are 1 action to drop down, 2 actions to cast a spell. Like if this were action economy, that's what Arc wants to do.
Yeah. So we'll say that it's just like DC 10 to just. Because it's not about, just give me a DC 10. All right, that doesn't make
Natural
you not
one
go
for friends.
down.
It's that natural one.
Yeah, unless, are you
Just-
hero
just-
pointing?
Here's the season.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my last hero point because it would just be very sad
Probably.
for Arc to fall down and lose. He hasn't taken any damage this entire book, and for him
Yeah.
to fall unconscious from this tree would be very sad.
Would be
That would be
amazing.
so
That would be
sad.
so sad.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, rolled a 10.
Exactly.
All right.
Just,
Did we
just
not-
scooting by, just scooting right on that line of
What
10
is
there.
happening to our dice?
What god did we not sacrifice to?
Yo,
Yeah, you
Tom
know,
Kitty, what's up?
Yay!
Arc, you know, time is of the essence, and you were just kind of jumping down. Like you jump down and like you roll your ankle. Like it's painful. So go ahead and take that half damage. Like that shot goes through your shins and up to your knees. It's not pretty. But the pain almost gets taken later as you stabilize, and the immediacy of the moment
And the
is over.
and the look of it for Arc, like I know we can cast stabilize at 30 feet, and I don't think he understands that, which is why I'm doing it like this. And the look of it for Arc is he basically puts a hand on Tal's chest and looks like an AED, like he just like defibrillates, like
Defibrillates.
Yeah.
Amazing.
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 just sends
Okay.
a small electrical
Makes
pulse
sense.
through.
Makes sense.
And-
makes sense.
Their breathing like stabilizes. Okay. Immediacy of the moment is over.
So I'm
There's-
wounded 1 now, right?
That is correct, but you are
Excellent.
still unconscious.
Yes, still at 0 hit points, but stable.
Correct.
Excellent.
Okay. Now, there's a lot of feelings. There's a lot going on. There is no doubt there. Have whatever moments you need, but I have an important question. What is happening next? You do know that there was one task to accomplish still in the forest. Is that on your minds? Are you just going straight back? Like, what's happening?
As I kind of gather all the thoughts and emotions together, putting my brain back together. We need to get the hell out of here.
I think we need to get Tal home. I think we need to get you home. I think we
I would like to go home.
we just need to go back.
If we see really ridiculously cool caterpillars, I'm not gonna lie, not really gonna be worried about having to the smushing oil situation, because boy do I have a lot of aggression to get rid of. So if we see them, great. If not, forget it. And
When we
come
get back,
another
we'll
time.
just explain what happened and we'll come back tomorrow.
Yep.
The gremlins can wait another day. This is more important.
Emotional
I know.
whiplash of
Arc is
winning
sitting
and
there.
losing.
Arc is sitting there very like distraught almost, obviously, and just kind of looks at all of you. It says, "So we are not completing the mission?"
Not now. It's still open.
There is a
We're just
time
not-
limit.
Then either we fail it for the sake of saving lives, because who really gives a crap about oil in comparison to our friend's life here, and my life, and everybody else's lives? Because I don't know what the hell's happening to us, but I would rather not throw up blood anymore. Thanks.
I think in the grand scheme of things, if we're not around to do the task, it fails anyway. So we should go back, recoup, ask for forgiveness later.
Man, you said that way better than I did.
Ark's head kind of cocked sideways when Hideaki spurted the word failure. But eventually he just like nods and says, "Very well, if that's the decision. I can't do it alone."
We have one. We're not coming back empty-handed.
Sure.
The concept of somewhat doing a task is foreign to Ark.
Still failure.
33%.
Yeah, right. That's still enough.
Majority of those points go to Ark. So, you know, the group scores down for the rest of us, but...
Maybe they'll grade on a curve. Okay. anyways.
Actually, can you?
I saw
you
this,
guys-
the minor spit take from you, Star. All right, so
Real
Yes, go
quick,
ahead.
just one very quick thing. Where did the corpse of that thing go?
it was back by the tree.
I said that
Like,
in
it was-
character.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's still
Thank you,
there.
disembodied voice.
That was actually over Noza.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Got it.
Nice. I need to put an exclamation point on this. And I walk over to the corpse.
So you
We're
guys
far
have
away
traveled
from it,
quite
aren't we?
bit. Yeah, you guys have like
how far?
chasing and everything.
It wouldn't matter,
well-
to be very honest with you.
No, well, go ahead if you want to try to figure out where you are and where that tree
Yeah,
was.
I'll make
Let's
a
go ahead
survival
and make a
check. I don't
survival.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not great. It's 13.
Okay.
I look.
I mean, with the 13, like, you know where generally, like, okay, well, we were running in this direction, so probably if I go in this direction, I could try to find it. It's not with a lot of confidence. Like, it might take you a little longer to find it.
I start walking towards that area, and like the anger behind my eyes like just envelops me for just a moment. Because
You hear-
go ahead.
Over Nose's, like, voice as he follows a little behind you. What are you thinking of doing?
Going to eviscerate it and get this out of my system. This negative anger just out.
It is dead.
I know.
Is there a difference between taking it out on a dead being versus this tree?
I think I'll
Kinda
feel better,
gesture.
but I can't
Really?
feel worse. I don't know.
I won't stop you.
More important, we get home safe than I find this stupid thing.
There is he doesn't speak, but you have this bond where you feel the same emotions. There is this pulse of like, is it relief or is it like satisfaction in the decision that you made or that statement?
Yeah, when he says that, there's even like almost a question mark at the end of it.
Which is why he doesn't answer specifically. will this action prevent it from occurring again?
No.
Will learning and educating yourself about what it is and what it did help?
It would.
He doesn't say anything else.
Like he like even from a few paces away, like his head kind of drops for like into his chest for a second. And then I cast Acid Splash just at a
The
branch.
vegetation.
100%.
Yeah. Overnoza walks up beside you and like kind of he's there next to you, and already, I mean, you have this connection, but his presence next to you, like it's a sign of like his closeness, right? There's like you cast Acid Splash, which is like a cone, and there's like this like bush that got like half sizzled.
Yeah.
Overnoza kind of goes up to it with one claw and like tears like it from the roots like off and like chucks it there.
You know, I kind of feel a little better.
He just like leans into you just a little bit. Remember, anger. It's useful, but you must remain in control.
But to go back and lead our people, we had to be perfect.
What makes you think that your father is perfect?
No, he just thinks he is. Like, remember that time where I had, we were in primary school? Well, you weren't here, but here, you know.
Like,
Yeah, it's like, and we got aced everything. Common, undercommon, draconic, shadow tongue, all of it. Nailed it. And then we got that one little mark off in math. Do you remember what he said? He had the nerve. I'll never forget it. He goes, "What went wrong, son?"
I wonder if perhaps it comes from a place of fear.
Maybe. We could show him fear, couldn't we?
People fear the unknown. When they don't know what the future holds, when they let their feelings overcome their logic. And instead of using it as a tool, motivation, it overruns. I know you have a lot of emotion in you. You also have a lot of intellect. Let's put both to work for you. For us.
I just wish failing would be a little more learning afterwards versus, almost dying. And dealing
Let's
with
find
pests.
out what that creature was.
Okay. I'm in.
Kind of starts
Ran.
turning around, kicking up some dirt into like that bush with one foot, and starts heading back to everybody.
And I kind of like just woosah and
We should get Tal back to someone who can maybe help them.
yeah, sorry. I just needed to unload a little bit of awfulness.
That's all right.
I'm ready.
Understand. Let's get them home.
Yep. Mark, you okay?
Sure. Let us go.
Oh, all the fakeness right now. I'm forgetting it from every angle.
Hoping well.
I see. God, I don't know how much Hideaki knows. Like my spidey senses is going on.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing. Like, you're obviously processing a lot of emotion right now. And
Yeah.
to a point, like, now that the immediate, like, blindness of rage and look, emotion does not go away that quick. So,
No.
like, seeing these, like, cool, calm, and collected on either side of you with a, like, passed out Tal between them, it's weird. I don't think that's far off to say.
Yeah, no, it's
Not at all.
Yeah.
Hey, play
Yeah.
it how you want. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, I gotta roll something. I gotta roll something, man.
Let's do it.
I gotta do it. It's you use perception.
Yeah,
to do that,
perception.
right? Yeah.
It's the jack of all trades.
Because Arafe's reaction made perfect sense to me, and he like is in love with her ability to say the right thing at the right time, and Ark was like, go ahead.
Arafe, make me a diplomacy check, and this is going to be at a -4.
A -4?
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
that's basically a negative aid.
Okay, cool.
13.
-8. Okay,
13.
cool.
Okay.
And then
Because to me, there's things
Ooh.
outside of your control right now that are kind of showing through.
a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Well,
Did he roll again for Ark, or is this?
no, so with Arc, I need a little more understanding of kind of like what's beneath the surface.
Yeah, so I think Arc is. I'm gonna roll deception, and then based on what I roll, I'll reveal stuff. If that's okay.
Absolutely.
Makes
I
sense to
should
me.
say, RFA, if you wanted to roll deception, that's very valid.
All right, natural.
And I would keep a flat roll.
Would it still be with a -4?
Yeah, like
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay with diplomacy then.
okay.
Natural 19 for an 18.
Okay.
So
Well.
yeah, so Art is. I don't know if this is exactly what Hideaki gets, but Art has been taught to attempt to conform to society and the people around him, and appease people by acting how they want it to be acted, especially with the majority. That's the big thing. It's like, if the majority is going this way, go with them.
Right.
And
Yeah.
whatever this deception field means, maybe something across his face actually expresses emotion or something. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want to go back right now. He thinks he can complete the mission, but he knows he can't alone. So
Okay.
I'm gonna just challenge that for a second. What about the part of collecting caterpillars right now does Ark think they can't do alone?
I mean, they've been told that the forest is dangerous, and they have encountered a creature that he doesn't think he could have ran from, but he couldn't have taken it alone.
Fair enough. Cool. Okay. And with Arafe, by the way, just outside of like this smile, these vines are like wrapping up around her to like almost like below her knee, and like there is a you can say no if you disagree, Star. There's got to be like some like shake or something with the hand that like holding, like if you picked up your bow, you know.
Oh yeah, I still gotta go pick that up. But yeah, I mean, it's with that big of a difference. I mean, at this point, you can tell it's a plaster smile. Like, it is. You can tell that it is someone who is trying to put this on to keep everybody else comfortable.
Okay.
But yes, there is shaking. I'm assuming because of all of this curse stuff that's going on, she appears a little bit weak. But it is very often.
Than
Yeah. Can I go paler? I don't even know.
I was about to say that. I was like, no, you're officially.
I think I look dead if I go paler.
Translucent.
Enough of that.
Translucent. You can see through.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. If there's no like, if you're gray, like basically you guys are like fetchlings are shades of like gray, right? Basically, 50 Shades of Gray.
Hey, you don't know what
I
she's
think
into.
so.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, so it's like she'd be paler. She looks a little bit weak. She looks very tired at this point. But it is still putting that. The smile looks real, but because of everything, you can tell that it is just kind of something she does.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So kind of processing that for like 5 seconds. He'll like visibly react and just give you both like a frown. Just
And she'll
And
just
that's it.
smile right on back.
we're gonna talk about that later. Say that out loud.
Hideaki will remember this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's we're Walking Dead the game for sure.
Okay, so with carrying an unconscious Tal with whether Overnose's help, whoever's,
Yeah.
taking turns,
You-
whatever
oh, yeah.
it ends up being,
Definitely.
you make your way. Go ahead and everybody make me a survival check.
Oh sure.
5.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh,
My
5,
God.
7,
We get lost tonight. 10.
10. Ooh, God, guys. Okay, so the thing is, right, like, you knew where you came to from the tree, and then you knew from the tree where you came from, but, like, you didn't know from where you are to where you were originally from. It's one of those moments. And you start trying to head in a direction, but then you're like, fuck, but what if we're going in the wrong direction? So what ends up happening is you guys retrace your steps trying to get to the clearing first, just to ensure that you know where you're going backwards, and all that does is it takes even longer, and it's even more exhausting. So I will say that does give an opportunity for you all to see the body of Umbo with incense burning very low and a white cloth over their face. It's not so much that you guys are walking right past that body, but you would have the opportunity to, like, glance and see that.
Did one of you do that?
No.
I did.
Why?
Death is a sacred thing. It evens us all, and I just thought maybe it deserves it. I don't know why it attacked us. I don't like it.
I can tell
It
you
hurt-
why. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just... It hurt Hideaki. I don't like it. We needed to do what we needed to do, but... I've never killed anything before. And I just thought I thought it deserved it from me.
Appropriately timed thunder.
Oh, did you?
No shit.
Oh, you finished it? I didn't know that. Well, I haven't killed anything either. But I have to be honest and say that, considering what happened, I was really looking forward to it. I don't know what that says about me.
I think it
'Cause-
says you're alive. Have emotion.
Oh, definitely. But
There's a chuckle from Overnosa.
just death glare. And
It's like a snort.
yeah, for sure. It was hungry. It was really wanting food. Badly enough. And I don't know. I feel like considering it probably would taste really bad, so I don't really understand. I don't know about you all, but seems really stupid to me. Sorry, ableist. Silly. There we go. We're back. You know what? I'm good with it. I killed a branch. All right.
Ark would take a second and say, and this is just his complete questioning nature coming out, like there's no sarcasm behind it at all.
Mm.
And he'd say, would you do the same for a farm animal prior to eating it?
In a way. I guess in my village, it's very common for us to do a thanks before we eat for the earth that gave us, the fruits and the vegetables and the animals that provide sustenance for us. So, in a way, I guess we do. In a way.
Understood. Thank you. Ark will remember this. Little insight to Ark's brain. He had a crossing thought of, but this thing isn't even humanoid, so like,
Right.
why?
Right.
Because Ark himself is obviously an android. So
Because guilt.
Hey, different cultures do things different ways.
yep.
With that, it takes you about a full 2 hours to get back. Because it took you an hour to get in, and then with
This is like
everything
4
else.
hours of our day, you guys, that just happened.
Yes.
Just 4 Charlie Browns. Just
We left-
walking through.
We left at 8, we got back at noon. It's been a rough day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even
And to
time go sleep.
clarify, yeah, you got the whole rest of the day. So does anybody give like a crap about the caterpillars? Anybody keeping an eye out, anything like that?
I would
Art
have kept an
does.
eye out, definitely.
Okay. Go ahead and let's see.
For the record, Tal doesn't.
Technically, Tal would have woken up after an hour, as a heads up. But
Oh,
is
really?
that okay?
Ooh. Do you want to join us in our conversation?
Well, the thing is this
They're still under the
compulsion
effect.
is not over.
It doesn't
So-
go away.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this. I mean,
What a class.
you guys have gone through enough, and like you've
Okay.
definitely probably found a way to restrain them to a form.
Out
Whether
a
that's-
forgiving DM.
Yeah.
Not off.
Let me
Well,
torture
remember
you
that
guys
when
just a
to use
little
his
bit.
The first 2 hours in this game, let's do it again. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah. You guys want to do it
Yeah.
all over again? All right.
Round 2, fight.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. What a class, right? What a class this
What a
is.
class.
The whole class.
So, and it's interesting by the way because this one, just as a reminder, this is the Cascade Bearers assignment, which is advancing magical theory. Technically, this is not that. This is to get ready for a ritual, but all right, so for looking out, I mean, the thing is, if you're just perceiving, it's going to be harder. If you're just kind of looking around as you walk. But if you want to try to use some nature or survival to be like, all right, well, we're walking through underbrush or, like this is where they might be, that kind of stuff, then it'll be a little easier with a nature or survival.
Right.
So
Okay.
before you do it, as we start to walk back and you guys say, I'm going to start looking for caterpillars, Arafe is going to put her hand onto Ark and say, please find something so this is a good day, and I will cast guidance.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
And I will roll to see if it works.
Oh, yeah.
Good call.
Oh, yes. Good
Please.
call. I don't know what it is. Every time I
Okay.
just completely forget about that. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I probably won't. but I'll
18,
try.
so it succeeds.
Nice.
So you get a +1 to perception check, saving throw, or skill check. Since we're not attacking things, I'll just list those.
For sure.
Right.
Ark will make a nature check then.
All
I'm,
right.
I'm going to keep an eye on the trail again to try and get us
Sure.
home.
Sure.
It won't matter between all the things. 14.
17.
Amazing. Okay. 14, what?
That would be perception.
Okay. Hideaki,
And I
you're
have low light
walking
vision,
through-
if that helps.
Okay. It's still daytime. Just filtered through this trees, so it's not too bad. Yeah. But I mean, looking ahead and also kind of being a little bit mindful of Tal as they stir and things like that, like you don't see anything. Ark, because of your nature check, like you're kind of meandering a little bit slower and you are able to spot like where the likelihood of like on your trail, on your path of the bushes that they will more likely be. And so you start going from like and pause at each bush to see like, okay, is there anything there? And DC 15 nature or survival, you passed. So yes, after a little bit, you see some of those really colorful caterpillars on one of the bushes there.
Ark would look up and be like, "Are they these?"
Yeah, but don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Everyone's like so exhausted.
I slowly grab the net that we got and hand it to
grab them.
Ark.
Yeah, so to try to kind of wrangle them without touching them, it's a pretty simple like sleight of hand or thievery check.
Sure. Ark is down for that if no one else wants to do it.
That is all you, kiddo.
All right. Ark will attempt to wrangle them in then.
Let's do it.
13, not great.
Nope, not great. DC 15.
Kill me.
So you don't fail. You just. So what I'm imagining, Hideaki's like holding out this netting.
Yeah.
And you're trying to like maneuver like the branches and like basically get them in there. So you manage to start collecting them, but like at one of the moments you do like accidentally grab a branch and don't notice that there's one like on the other side of it, and so you do brush your hand on one. Go ahead and make me a fortitude save.
19.
19. Okay, that is successful.
Level 1's with a failure.
You're okay. It pricks, and you can tell that there's like it's a sting. More than just a prick. Like, have you ever felt those like almost like subdermal like
Yeah.
where you can't
like
see
the nerves right under your skin are like tingling kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's like that, and it like runs up your arm for a second. So technically this would have been a poison effect. However, you saved successfully, so you're okay. And so you're like, oh fuck, and then you're able to get the rest of them.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Ark wants
Not
to,
go into the
Ark wants to
Forbidden
collect
Forest.
extra.
Absolutely, no worries. You get a good amount.
Ark's
All
like,
right.
if we're only coming back with 2 things, we're coming back with a lot of 2 things.
All right, and then with that, I mean, you've made your survival checks already, but with Arafe kind of at the helm and keeping an eye on everything, you eventually make your way back. There is like a slight walk of shame aspect to this because you're going all the way through Natanbu through to the school.
We're getting looks.
Could care less.
Amazing. Okay, walk of shame is only if you're shameful, so there you go.
I was about to say,
I
the only walk of shame.
Yeah.
Ark's probably shameful. Actually, I'll say Ark is shameful, and then I would wonder about Tal. Like, Tal's restrained, right?
Yep.
Tal's restrained. I would say like once you're conscious, like you're able to like walk on your own, but you're definitely probably tied to like Overnosa in some way, like whether that's just like yeah.
Yeah, back to back.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
But yeah, you are conscious, still with this urge, yet probably dazed right now enough and like just weak enough with everything that it's not a constant struggle. It's just a
Yeah, it's more of like a like that like ping in your head of like, you got to do this thing, you got to do this thing. So it's going to become more mentally anguishing than like physically. You know, they're
Like-
very far away.
Yeah.
yeah for sure.
Struggle?
It's kind of just like you still have that compulsion. You're still
Yeah,
but it's
but it's a
nothing you
lot
can
more like
do
a
about
mental
it.
anguish than like a
Yeah.
I'm trying to, because I'm super far away from it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I seeing them kind of struggle when seeing that they woke up. I don't say anything, but I just squeeze their right hand for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then let it go and keep walking.
Yeah, I think that the majority of like once they were able to walk on their own, or were in the best way possible allowed to walk on their own, their gaze has been very distant, mostly because of the mechanical stupefied effect, but they're just kind of like on autopilot in a different way than they have been previously.
Absolutely. I have an important question. Where are you guys going? Going back to the dorms?
Yeah. That'd be my vote anyway.
Ark
And fine.
Ark would throw out the idea of seeking out a teacher because of how bad Tal appeared.
Yeah.
Pretty good idea.
Oh, yeah. Because I was more thinking that they'll be around there, walking around, and we would just find whoever.
If nothing else, maybe Essie
Yeah.
help us find somebody.
So you can either go first back to the dorms, or go try to find a teacher first. So which are you doing first?
Oh, that's fine. I'll just even say, sure. We should escalate this. I feel like this is this is bad, right?
Bit above our pay grade.
Yeah. As much as I hate to admit it.
Yeah, I do believe it is either a teacher or possibly Anchor Root that would help us most.
Yeah. Because if there's like an larger infestation and stuff, like this is okay.
And I worry Hideaki and I could get worse too, so we want to make sure we nip this in the bud, hopefully.
Yeah. Won't say nausea. Not fun.
Oh, it's a little distracting.
That's an understatement. You should try having nausea for 2.
Oh no, that's right. You end over, Noza.
I did not mean to make it a weird pregnancy reference, but all right, there it is.
did, but okay.
There it is. And
I
I'm not
wasn't thinking
sorry
about that
it.
either.
I'm not sorry about it.
Hideaki is nauseous for too.
So one thing you did remember, Teacher Ott told you, that like what building his office was in, and you can definitely, like if that's, you want to find him or however.
Okay. Yeah, if that comes to mind, like I'm so down.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, a bit of ways, kind of closer towards the powder pile, actually. And I will go ahead and mark this for y'all just a second. There we go. There is the Heron Archives. The Heron Archives is an archives building, but on the second floor is where Teacher Ott's like office is. And that's kind of where he pointed you. So, not having been there before, you can head towards the building, knowing that finding that building, it's people easily direct you there. And then he kind of like gets told along the way, somebody like grows out to find him, and he kind of quickly hustles out of his office. Oh dear, what happened?
We encountered a strange mushroom type creature. And a few of us are not feeling so well, Tal especially. We're hoping maybe someone could help us with that.
Yeah, yes, come. Let's see what exactly is going on, and he'll usher you into his office. Let's see here.
Waiting music.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. Where's the Mass Effect elevator music when you need it?
So he kind of goes
Calibration.
through, just for comfort initially, like as you guys are muddy, wet, probably Tal the worst of it, as you kind of deposit, for lack of a better word, Tal into like a chair in his office. He will like wave a hand and prestidigitate most of your clothes clean and the chair and like the area. All right. So you're still injured, right, Tal?
Oh yeah, I've got. I don't know if I get. I don't know if I get hit points back.
One.
Do I have one? I get. I
Single?
yes. I have 1 hit point, and I am wounded 1. So yes.
Perfect. So he immediately, like, seems to foremost, wow, focus on, like, your immediate health, and he again like stands there for another second and casts heal. So that's gonna be 2d8, I believe. So 7. Is it plus anything? It's plus 8. 7
2d8
plus 8.
plus 8.
Okay.
Noise.
Noise. Okay.
Or
Kind of mending some of your.
Sorry, was that at second level?
Yes. Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
cast it at second level.
Okay, then that's plus 16.
Plus 16.
Oh
Perfect.
well, that's like way more than I.
Yeah,
I have.
yeah.
No
Period.
longer wounded.
The 16
just-
would have gotten me 1 over my max health.
And like you watch like the wave of magic kind of like starting from your feet envelop all the way up to the top as you feel infinitely better than you just did. However, it does not take away any of the stupefied condition.
I think
With
I
that-
think how it visually looks is like you can visibly see that like things like, you know, she probably had like some sort of because head wounds bleed ridiculously much. Where she smacked her head, there's probably like a big like grossness, and that goes away and other things. And she's just like sitting there, and like visually, they look fine, and they still have like 1,000-yard stare of like cloudy. You know, that blackness is still there.
Absolutely. He sees like that you're restrained though, and he doesn't immediately like go to unrestrain you or anything, but like once the immediacy and like his focus, he was like hustle focus, stern like dad kind of like clean you up, heal you up, turns and stands up. He's kind of like on the other, like, you know, like if you're in the chair, a professor's office, they sit in behind their desk, and then there's like always like 2 chairs in front of their desk. So he's in the front of his desk, you're in the chair, he's in front of you, but he stands up and he basically like sits, leans against the desk, crosses his arms and looks at all of you. Tell me what happened.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
And unless someone stops them or they want to go, I think Ark would just like say basically everything.
Just factually relay,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even to the point of like we were gonna have a competition to climb the tree, and then we saw the mushroom, like et cetera, et cetera.
sure.
Yeah. Like I think Hideki would add color, like it was hungry. Like, and then I died. Like just like
Oh,
just,
God. Yeah, he does not look like happy about it at all.
oh, neither is Yaki. Like he's like, yeah, I know it's ridiculous. Like,
And when
but yeah.
this thing attacked, you did not immediately run?
No, it tried to eat us, so we wanted to make that not happen.
It sounds like it was a very close call. In situations, dangerous ones, I cannot avoid always, although I wish I could, I cannot always ensure your safety. When you find yourselves in situations of such danger, you need to evaluate quickly. It is one of the only things that will save your lives when it counts. In the future, ensure your safety above all else. Reprimand from a teacher.
That's what we all needed right now. That's what we needed to
Yes,
hear
I was
right
gonna
now
say,
in our moment of
all we
weakness.
hear is two of you almost died. That sounds like your fault.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
No. And so when
I know.
I don't think the intention
how
was
it's-
that at all, but that's I think
how
what
it's
everybody's hearing,
registering a little
except for
bit.
maybe Ark. Yeah.
Not what he meant, but what we heard.
Yeah.
if
Yeah, oh boy. Oh man. I really wish you hadn't have said that. Oh
How
yeah,
amazing. Good.
we're gonna have to do it. It's like, are you serious? We did this to help everyone with this problem, and we almost died. Not sorry we put you into a really crappy situation.
calm, please take a seat. And he like unfolds his arms and like takes a less offensive and more of a like, all right, let's all take a breath. the You understand, the Magaambya has different branches to study different things. And I understand that Essie seems to want to have you try out different branches and what they embody. What was it again? It was the mycenoid. We didn't, I don't think anybody expected that presence there. Nobody asked to put you in danger or purposefully did so. Danger comes when we least expect it. I deeply regret the fact that you all faced such danger and risked your lives. I'm grateful that you are here in my office alive. First and foremost, it is my duty as a teacher to ensure that safety, but also ensure that you grow and are able to protect yourselves and everything the Magaambya stands for. I only meant to impart a lesson. However, perhaps we all need a breath first. Let's take care of this, and we can always discuss later. I'm sure it was an exhausting ordeal.
Definitely. But you just have to understand that day 1, attacked by paper frogs. Day 2, attacked by gremlins. Day 3, killer mushroom people try to eat us. I feel like there needs to be a little break in between the near-death experiences. I'm here for the danger, okay? I can't read my way through danger. I'm here to learn. I promise. But when you tell me that you need to evaluate something better, I think you're talking to the wrong people.
He does look a little confused at the paper frogs.
Right. Yeah, totally. Which is totally
But,
fine.
doesn't stop. It can simply save your life. A quick evaluation of a dangerous situation is a skill to learn. I apologize if my frustration or anxiety over your near deaths came out wrong. Please forgive me.
Apology accepted.
I think I can, speak for myself, maybe speak for a few others it's a little more of shame of not thinking about the running option when things got bad. I didn't even think about it.
With due respect, teacher, I do believe that we evaluated it. We succeeded in 2/3 of the mission, and we're all here alive. Therefore, the evaluation would be successful.
He's like, I can't fault you with that. Yes,
We were also given the tools to stabilize people if they were dying. Thus, I assume you would know we were going to be put in dangerous situations.
yes, as I mentioned, danger is, you can't avoid it. It's, sorry, Star got me.
Sorry,
These
just for
fucking kids.
insight, I just typed to our group. I said, Teacher Ott thinks these fucking kids.
I feel like Hideaki and Ark was like, you get him on the right side, I'll get him on the left side.
Yep.
Let us
Sorry,
focus on
didn't
what
mean
we
to throw ya.
can do now.
amazingly timed.
Let's get you back to the dorms. I ask if Abel will ask some of the students to keep an eye and ensure that Tal here remains in her room, and we'll see if anyone is able to assist with, well, the fight to come.
Like to come?
Fighting off the disease.
Oh, okay. Because you put me somewhere else. Like, whoa.
Not all fights are on the outside.
Right. I just. Ooh. Give me like 5 minutes, okay?
And for ease of it all, he basically escorts you to the dorms. And does exactly that, basically. Tal, you are in your room. Those that are infected will each have a student basically assisting as best they can with like herbal remedies and different like things like that. Waffles, do you want to look up the aiding thing with that? I just want to double check me, but I believe what mechanically this is, I should ask actually, does anybody like, is anybody trying to finish the mission before, because it's like noon-ish.
I think if everyone else is sick, Ark would go around and ask everyone, but he would want to finish the mission.
Okay, so let's handle mechanics first to ensure what it entails, because I believe it's 8 hours in which they would basically be tending until the evening.
Yep, it is 8 hours.
Perfect. And so what that means is, like, because you went to a teacher for help, like, just so you know the way they handle it in the book, when you go, like, there's repercussions always to that type of stuff, but it's more like a reputation and like their thought of you and like that kind of stuff.
Makes sense.
But on the other hand, I'm never going to penalize like going for help when you need it. And what this does is ensures that all of you basically have a successful aid.
Sorry, I just want to point out stream lost cameras.
Oh no.
Every time.
What happens?
It's not a real stream if you don't have technical issues.
Hey, we were doing perfect right till then, eh?
You're great.
The technical difficulties were like, this is emotional. I'm not going to worry about y'all today.
I'm done. I'm actually
The stream
done.
is like, I'm done with you guys.
done,
Come on.
y'all.
too heavy
It's
for
time
me.
to kick you out, guys. Let's go. Clear it out.
Let's go.
Clear it out. Wrap
We
it
can
out.
continue.
We're
Get
not
back up.
done.
We're not done.
Okay. So it's going to be treated as basically a successful aid to your future check. Cool. Which we will handle in a moment. So, and to Teacher Ott is always one for like still using it as like a teaching thing. So while he kind of hangs around and oversees, once he sees that like the students that are helping you are doing what they need to do and have all the knowledge that they need to assist you, he does leave and puts you in the capable hands of the other initiates that are assisting you. Now,
New friend.
Ark. You were going around to Hideaki and Tal and Arafe to ask them about this? Is that what you were saying?
If Ark understood that they need 8 hours of rest, then he would not bother them.
Okay. Would he do anything on their own?
As far as the mission?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If he can go to the powder pile and get like a potion of healing or something, he doesn't want, like, he wants to do it on his own. He doesn't want to like go to a teacher for healing or anything. But he's down 10 hit points.
Right. So you can take, because within the rest, and I'm sure while settling in and figuring out what was the deal with getting the others help, you could take that 10 minutes to treat wounds.
I can't.
One of the others
Okay.
would assist you with that. Yes, no, for sure. I mean, almost just like seeing you injured, because it would represent in some way, like probably Essie, after like bustling with everybody else, would like go realize you're there still, like maybe in like the hallway, and like sit you down and says, "Oh, hold on," and like get you bandaged up and everything.
Yeah, and Ark would probably tell her his plan and everything that happened and everything, just to like, obviously we're not gonna roleplay it all out, but to like sow a little bit of relationship there, just like be like, yeah, this happened, and I gotta go back out and finish the mission before the timer's up because we gotta do it right, etc., etc.
So Essie is very understanding and like just mostly concerned about the like what you guys went through. But Miriyama is also there. Miriyama was the one who gave you all this task. And kind of overhearing some of the story, she does kind of like she's not bothering y'all as y'all getting like attended to and everything, but she is kind of like leaning against their the doorway at one point, like she kind of like concerned a little, like looks to Essie as you kind of go off somewhere else, like, and you overhear her say like, perhaps the task was too advanced, like, and not necessarily in a like mean way, but you know that could definitely come off that way.
Sure.
So
Yeah, I think Ark would like snap his eyes up a little, like not his whole head, but like his eyes, and no, we will finish it before the time is done.
I also forgot to mention Anchor Root is anxiously like running between all of y'all, so upset, like, until she especially ends up like sitting in your room the most, like, oh, I'm so sorry that I put you guys in danger. I didn't know that he was there. I just knew that tree had those mushrooms, and is there anything I can do? And she's like, as she's asking if there's anything she can do, she's like running, getting like a wet towel and like, you know, like putting it on your forehead. It's like, no, it'll be okay. She's just doting on you.
Okay, awesome. Tal moved the bed so that it was now like long ways against the window, because I think it was like kind of like the headboard is on the window. Moved it the other way, and it's just like sitting and just looking out the window, and just literally sits there the entire time. Just looking out the window. Not like like if someone asks them to like, you know, hey, we want to help you do XYZ, can you do, you know, this, they would like kind of robotically do it, but it would go right back to like looking out the window.
Perfect. Okay. So Ark, let's quickly do this. We're gonna say you're healed up,
Okay,
just for ease.
kill me.
I mean, here, let me
left
roll
out.
a critical one.
You say that, and then she's gonna kill all of us.
TPK, one person at a time.
Yo,
Yep.
if Ark died out on his own attempting to complete a mission, that would be a valid death for Ark.
It would be so
It
on brand.
definitely would be valid though. They
Okay,
literally
so-
talked about teamwork.
Just to set the rest of the scene, Tal definitely, you know, being watched in their room. Hideaki, I mean, you're basically in yours. Arafe, you're in yours, unless otherwise.
One
And
small point of order. I'm in my room, but Overnosa is not.
okay,
I'm chilling on bed, sharing senses, and because I had a hunch, and he's watching her go via Overnosa.
Tal's room.
He's letting, because that is above his pay grade, and so he's letting that happen. But he's not fucking okay with the mission being one alone via Arc.
Oh, Arc. I'm sorry, I just didn't hear.
Yeah, no, you're
Okay.
totally fine. And
So you
I don't
just
say
is it-
anything. I just watch.
Okay. I think there is a eventual distance between that you can get as far from Overnosa before they disappear.
Yeah.
But while Arc is out and about, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not like following him out. I'm just like if he leaves
In the
the school,
yeah.
like the entrance of the dorms, I think it's a fair assumption. That's all.
There's definitely this moment where it's kind of like, let's say, Strands of Glowing Dawn is tending to you at one point,
Oh, yeah? Okay,
and like
nice.
comes in back into the room, and you're sharing senses, and they're like,
Yeah.
try to like get your attention to get you back
Yep.
in your own body, and it's just like
You've reached
awkwardly like
Hideaki.
sits there.
Please leave a message.
There's some confusion that at one point like they go out of the room, and like if like Ark is with Essie in the lounge, comes back out like, and she looks at Overnosa and she's just like, Hideaki, if you have a second just to take this salve.
And like Overnosa turns, oh, what's up?
She like eventually goes back into your room. It's just like, okay, and then like goes back and forth.
Just a little intel. What's up? Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can do whatever.
And yeah,
I trust
just
you.
treating
You're good.
it.
You're doing great.
All right. On the note of Ark going off to try to accomplish the last bit of this mission, which is find lucky bones. It's gonna be fascinating for Ark to do alone. The rest of you will be treated, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna roll those fortitude saves next session.
Oh.